At 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and it hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 60 regions, including Clenham Radio, Bator, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Ministry of Roads and Highways asked Yoko to fully investigate allegations that road contractors are asked to pay 1 million cedis before contracts are awarded to them. Also, South Tongue MP fight of claim flood victims failed to heed early warnings from authorities to evacuate ahead of dam spillage, insisting even members of parliament were kept in the dark.
If you have carried out those intensive exercises, I think the members of parliament would have really heard about it.
What do we have in business?
Business community calls for expeditious release of the second tranche of the International Monetary Fund bailout package to sustain stability of the city. Details on the Joy Business Report.
Also in this bulletin, losing his right hand at the age of 6 did not stop Amos from dreaming to be a world-class athletics champion. He's vigorously pursuing that dream, plus an added profession, barber.
Doctors confirm that they are late, so they can't do anything about it unless they cut it. And I can do all things by myself. I don't depend on anyone. And always I steady using both, and I want to also become a superstar like them.
That's in our Stories of Hope series today. And later, we put a spotlight on the exceptional 16-year-old senior high school student who helped the Opokuwari school qualify to its first grand finale of the National Science and Maths Quiz in 3 years. Details of this and more with me, Hannah Odami. We start with the Roads and Highways Ministry, which has requested the Executive Director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Yoko, to fully investigate allegations that road contractors are asked to pay 1 million cedis before contracts are awarded to them. Now, this follows comments by former rector of GEMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, that he has information to the effect that persons seeking road contracts are told, quote, road contract to be given to you provided you pay 1 million cedis upfront, end of quote. Well, my colleague Maxwell Agbagba joins me in the studio with more from that particular statement. So tell us the details.
Well, Hannah, in the said interview with Accra-based TV3, Professor Day alleged that he had information to the effect that persons seeking road contracts are told to pay 1 million cedis upfront. The statement says these allegations are surprising, at the least because the processes leading to the award of road contracts are open, transparent, competitive, and in accordance with the law. It says, given that the alleged conduct borders on crime against the Republic, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, requested Executive Director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office to fully investigate the allegations. The ministry wishes to assure the public that it shall cooperate fully and support Yoko in the conduct of its investigations.
And you find the statement on myjoyonline.com. Let's move on. Embarrassing. That's how Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Papa Owusu Ankoma, describes the attempt by oil trading firm Trafigura to seize and auction properties belonging to Ghana in the United Kingdom. It comes as government admits it is struggling to pay off $140 million debts awarded to Trafigura. As a result, the company has threatened to sell Ghana's High Commission building, which provides visa and other services in the UK, as well as the Commissioner's residence and the Ghana International Bank building.
I am embarrassed as a High Commissioner, for this thing to appear on the internet and everything, being a subject matter of discussion in the media in Ghana and here, in the Ghanaian media here. So I'm certain why. It's serious, but it's just that, as I've told you, even for those in private business, it gets to a stage you have to prioritize payments. And when you don't have access to credit and money is being generated, does not meet your obligation, you prioritize.
Well, Papa Owusu Ankoma added the Finance Ministry is currently engaging oil trading firm Trafigura to liquidate that debt.
But I'm sure the government is taking steps to liquidate this debt. it's unfortunate that we've come to this stage. It appears our financial circumstances as a country, probably, I'm not holding brief for the finance minister, but that may have constrained the finance ministry from honoring the obligation to pay the debt by installments. But I'm aware that the finance ministry is presently engaged in negotiations with lawyers for the judgment creditor to liquidate this debt.
You heard the Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Papa Owusu Ankoma. Member of Parliament for South Tongue, Kobina Woyome, is dismissing claims flood victims failed to heed early warning signs from authorities to evacuate ahead of the Akosombo Dam spillage. Over 36,000 persons in 3 regions continue to reel under the devastating impact of the spillage. Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources yesterday suggested the current burden on persons displaced by the spillage will have lessened if they listen to calls to relocate to safer zones. Take a listen.
Akosombo spillage, even though VRA, NADMO, the Water Resources Commission came together to educate the people in the community, did simulation exercises with them even at Lepe, yet they refused to leave. They didn't want to be evacuated. They stayed there till the end when we started spilling.
Well, Southton MP disagrees, insisting even members of parliament were kept in the dark.
If you have carried out those intensive exercises, I think the members of parliament would have really heard about it or be invited to be part of some of the meetings leading to those exercises being held. Meeting the various communities and talking to them, and of course carrying out the simulation of what you're intending to do. I'm sure we are key stakeholders of our various constituencies, and we cannot just be wished away in all of this, because we would have gone down to the people and talked to them.
You heard the Member of Parliament for South Tongue, Kobina Woyome. Now imagine a barber who does his work with dexterity with one hand. That's not all. He's also an athlete and a key member of Ghana's Paralympic team training for the Games in 2024. His story is one that evokes hope. Hope that regardless of one's condition, he or she can achieve anything with determination. I sat with him for today's story of hope.
At a point, I wanted to commit suicide because people will be pointing hands on you.
That was his best escape from the dejection and anxiety he felt because he had only one functioning hand.
When I was 6 years old, I went to climb a tree, and when I landed, I couldn't land well, so I hit. But when they got there, the doctors confirmed that they are late, so they can't do anything about it unless they cut it.
He forever thanks his teacher, who discovered his athletic talent through a compulsory physical education session.
So when it matters who you are, he will sack everyone to the field. So I joined some groups of people to run. I became first. So since that day, he never jokes with me.
At dawn every weekday, Amos sharpens his talent by training. Then after, he works as a barber. Barbering, he says, helped him raise enough money to pay for his senior high school fees.
So they used to call me Blessing because they think I can do all things by myself. I don't depend on anyone. More times I be in my schools, some of the students are the B. So if I see that you are the B, I'll charge you much. If I see say you are hustle like me, I'll know how to.
Amos recalled that he used to be discouraged by disparaging comments and reactions made towards him, but added those emotions no longer trigger him to give up.
I had a picture of it, so sometimes when I look on it, like I feel like crying. Sometimes people would say, oh, by this time cry, you went to store and this thing has happened and they got a son and you want to call somebody for a help, but the person might not mind. So every day I encourage myself that God will help me, and always I steady in same boat. And there is one guy at Brazil, he called Patricio, and I want to also become a superstar like them.
For Joinis, I am Hannah Odame. Well, the Food and Drugs Authority is cautioning citizens against purchasing their Boost, an unregistered fake supplement promoted on social media by 360Y Courier Services situated at Ridge Junction in Medina. The product is making claims it can eradicate diabetes and normalize blood sugar levels after initial use, assertions the FDA debunks. We'll bring you excerpts of the statement released by the FDA shortly, but first, marketers of this fake product have gone as far as cloning Joinis anchors to promote the drug. Listen.
Today on air, Dr. Johnson Haynes will talk about a drug from the USA that effectively fights hypertension like a common cold.
There's a real epidemic of cardiovascular disease in Ghana, 57% among people over the age of 35. Thousands of people die every year due to inappropriate treatment. Large private pharmacies are restricting access to effective drugs for profit.
That was a clone voice of my colleague Benjamin Akakpo, and management of Joy News is not taking this lightly. As we speak, our team of investigators are tracking the syndicates behind the fake adverts. My colleague Fred Smith joins me with details of that statement released by the FDA on this matter. What does it say, Fred?
Well, the authority says the drug is fake. It's not been registered by the FDA, and therefore its efficacy, quality, and most importantly, safety for diabetics cannot be guaranteed by the authority. And the authority is advising all diabetics to strictly adhere to prescribed treatment by their doctors and discuss any alternative treatment with them as well to avoid any complications. It goes on to say that Miss Mary Alimena, who is the distributor in Ghana, is currently assisting the police with the investigation and is also advising any person who has bought any of these products to return them immediately to the FDA or to the supplier.
Thank you so much, Fred. Well, it's 6. A 16-year-old Form 1 student of the Pokowari School has made history by qualifying the school to the grand finale of the National Science and Maths Quiz in 3 years. Stephen Apemaba has become the poster boy for the school's success as it anticipates ending a 21-year-old NSMQ trophy drought. And we'll bring you all those details in subsequent bulletins. That's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Please log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more news there. Thank you for your attention.
See that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At Absa, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa. Terms and conditions apply.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Syntex tank. Syntex tank, stress-free. Syntex tank, reliable. Syntex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Under the auspices of the Munich Re Foundation and the Microinsurance Network, The National Insurance Commission, in collaboration with the Ghana Insurance Association and the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, are hosting the International Conference on Inclusive Insurance. It's official. The 19th International Conference on Inclusive Insurance is coming to Accra, Ghana from October 23rd to 27th, 2023. Over 400 experts from 50 countries will discuss ways of accelerating the growth and economic viability of inclusive insurance for emerging markets. Welcome to Accra, Ghana, an unforgettable experience of warmth, unique culinary delicacies, vibrantly colorful people with great strength and character. Welcome to Beguiling Ghana.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, 6 a.m. news. Brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. Coming up is the Joy Business Report, brought to us by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life, and Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world. Sechu.
Hey, morning.
Good morning.
I like the excitement with which you said the Joy Business Report. Not to repeat what happened yesterday. But
No, yesterday. I don't know why yesterday I said Joy Business Minute. I don't know why I was in a hurry like that. The last time somebody was in a hurry anyway.
You don't want to go there.
Anyway, Darryl, hope you're well.
I'm doing well this morning. I think I was listening to you. You're going to be talking about taxes this morning.
Yeah, you see, because I've been looking at the figures, and this is a report I have from the Ghana Revenue Authority, and the Ghana Revenue Authority indicates that it's been exceeding targets. In 2020, it exceeded target. 2021 exceeded target. 2022, it exceeded the target. Look, in 2022, the total tax revenue target was 71.9 billion. But the Ghana Revenue Authority achieved, collected 75.7 billion. That's a 5.2%, by exceeding the target. They exceeded the target by 5.2%. And consistently, we have been increasing the tax revenue that they should collect. Okay? Watch this critically. In 2020, it was 45 billion. In 2021, 57 billion. In 2022, they achieved some 75 billion. That's the tag. That's their achievements, the collections.
Yeah.
You can see the improvement. On the average, 20% increase. 20% increase.
Yeah.
Now, if this is the situation, and we're achieving these targets, why the concern that we don't pay much taxes? Because you've set targets.
Exactly.
And we've achieved the targets. Why do you say we don't pay taxes? And I have been looking at the 2022 revenue performance. That, direct taxes amounted to 34 billion. The target was 33 billion, but we achieved 34 billion. So we exceeded target. Now, pay as you earn, 12 billion. And self-employed, 659 million. Companies, as in CIT, 17 billion. Mineral royalty, 1.7 billion. And financial sector recovery levy, 365 million. When it comes to indirect taxes, VAT, 8 billion, domestic excise, 604 million, NHIL, 2 billion, Get Fund, 2 billion. Now, this is an economy that we say is largely informal. So if we were ensuring compliance, we'll be achieving a lot. But Daryl, think about it this way. Today, the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana, they are complaining. They are telling us that a box of sardine that cost 460 Ghana cedis could have actually cost us 220 Ghana cedis, but for all the taxes on them.
Sadly.
We're not saying don't impose taxes, but we're talking about the margins.
Yeah.
And all these taxes. And we've asked a very simple question. If food inflation is 49%, and the Food and Beverage Association are telling you that you can actually reduce these, why don't we consider a reduction? And let me end on this note. When taxes are high, people engage in aggressive tax planning. Give it a thought. That's a conversation we're having. After all, the budget presentation is in November. So, look.
A few weeks away.
Yes, you're making a point?
No, I was just going to, buttress the point. Like the informal sector, we're talking about the fact that they constitute about 80% of the population when it comes to the tax net. So why not widen it, ensure that they are paying the taxes as well, other than taxing the same people, looking for several ways to tax the same people, several means.
Well, guys, let's do this together. Join us on X. Use the hashtag JoySMS. What are your thoughts? I'll tell you more. And the GRA knows. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now time for the Joy Business Report with Darryl Kwao and the team.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Business Committee calls for expeditious release of the second tranche of the International Monetary Fund bailout package to sustain stability of the city. Also, Food and Beverages Association joins other business groups to demand the review of the 3 special tax measures in the 2023 budget plan. Some foreign investors take a swipe at government and other relevant investment agencies for what they describe as paying lip services and lacking urgency in addressing challenges affecting the investment space. Details coming up. Thanks for being with us. My name is Darryl Kwao. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidon on KTU Radio. The business community is calling on government to expedite talks with its external creditors in securing finance and assurance in order for the country to get the second tranche of the International Monetary Fund bailout package ahead of the Christmas season. They are worried any delay in disbursement could have a major impact on the exchange rate regime during the festive season. Now, speaking to Joy Business, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng says securing the fund on time will go a long way to ease the demand for the dollar during the festive season and consequently keep prices relatively stable.
It's very important that government do everything under its capacity to make sure that the second tranche come in time, especially when at this time we are going for the Christmas purchases. It means that import is going to go up and is going to also make the exchange rate, if it is not well managed by Bank of Ghana. We have this perennial problem where December, January, and then early February, we have the exchange rate going up. At this time round, we have to take the lessons of last year and manage the foreign exchange.
You had President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng. Now, the pressure on the Ghana cedi is expected to ease this week following the anticipated news of the $800 million cocoa syndication loan. This follows about 1.99% loss of the local currency last week, taking its year-to-date loss on the retail market to 11.80%. Here's more.
Analysts believe the expected inflow of the first tranche of the cocoa syndication loan would soften the pressure on the local currency. Again, the 39 bi-weekly bulk oil distribution company's FX auctioning slated for this week will help slow demand and cushion the cedi. The Bank of Ghana has been intervening in both the spot market and the forward forex auctioning. For instance, it intervened in the market with $4.25 million, but that could not hold up the cedi as it registered a weekly loss. On the international currency markets, the US dollar has appreciated in recent months, helped by resilience in the US economic activity and safe haven demand due to the slowdown in China. Meanwhile, some market watchers and analysts still believe the local currency will end 2023 at 11 cedis 60 pesos to the dollar.
And that was a business desk report. Let's check the currency market for you this morning. The dollar going for 12 cedis 8 pesos. That's on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 73 pesos. The euro going for 12 cedis 70 pesos. Now, the Food and Beverages Association has joined other business groups to press on government to review the 3 tax measures introduced in the 2023 budget. They argue Ghana has tried the option of higher taxes for decades, yet the economy keeps failing. The government in the mid-year budget introduced new taxes such as the Growth and Stability Tax to shore up revenue mobilization. President of the association, John Awuni, told the media that businesses are overburdened with taxes.
We are of the firm belief that the fight for corruption can succeed in this country if taxes reduce drastically. Some of the taxes are nuisance taxes, they can be cancelled. The tax base can be broadened. The tax net can be broadened. There are some taxes that can be increased. For instance, we have vehicle income tax, taxi driver, whatever, they pay like 12 cedis per quarter. They can pay far more than that. And when we talk about revenue from the private sector perspective, we are of the belief that revenue does not necessarily come from taxation. You can equally have more revenue by making sure that you have value for your expenditure.
You heard President of the Food and Beverages Association, John Awuni. Now, hotels in Ghana are yet to feel the impact of a significant increase in passenger air travel into the country. Now, that's the view of President of the Ghana Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Akanyameke. The Transport Ministry has indicated that passenger arrivals have now surpassed pre-pandemic levels to reach almost 1.5 million. Dr. Akanyameke says these visitors might be going elsewhere and not the hotels.
It would be a bit difficult to get a direct link between the patronage at the hotel and an increase in air travel, even though that can easily be assumed, because we all know that tourism thrives on the movement of people. So once there's an increase in the travel, both international and domestic, it certainly will mean that we'll have some increase in patronage. But like
Dr. Edward Akanyameke is president of the Ghana Hotels Association. Some investors have taken a swipe at government and other relevant investment agencies for what they describe as paying lip services and lacking urgency in addressing challenges facing the investment space. They claim the relocation of some companies to other neighboring countries is increasing. Speaking to Joy Business, president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, Granvera, said government they said the investment climate is unfavorable, hence it could affect the inflow of foreign direct investments. He spoke to
the South African businesses in Ghana are very concerned about the environment. We have been for a few years already, tried to raise our concerns with various of the agencies, but unfortunately we see that things are worse. Some of them are global in nature, others I think are self-inflicted here in Ghana. So we're very concerned by the lack of interest shown by government and the relevant agencies. We don't see any sense of urgency, and it's a deterrent for new investment. There's no new investment coming.
Grant Weber is president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. Government says it will direct more funding into programs and initiatives that will help expand the economy going into next year. It would also embark on programs that will help the economy build some buffers to withstand shocks. These are some of the policy measures that will be announced in the 2024 budget, expected to be presented by the middle of next month. Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is Minister of State at the Finance Ministry.
We're going to make sure that everybody works within the budget. The ceilings that we have provided, everybody works within those ceilings in order that we do not deviate from the fiscal path that we have signed on to with the fund. Okay, but at the same time, you are going to see increased investment in growth enhancing sectors of the economy, and this is why we have approved a new growth a strategy that will focus on agriculture, industry through the 1D, 1F.
Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance. Chinese cement firm Seoul Cement has just a few days to settle its tax liabilities amounting to more than 700 million cedis, or risk losing its factory to the state. The firm has accumulated taxes for more than 2 years. The Ghana Revenue Authority yesterday closed down the facility at the Tema industrial area and issued a restraining order to the owners of the company. Speaking to Joy Business, Accra Central Manager in charge of enforcement at the GRA, Joseph Annan, said his outfit has the option to auction the facility to retrieve the tax liability if the company remains closed for some time.
If they are able to mobilize enough funds to settle the debt, we open for them. In the absence of that, when this continues for some time, it becomes a distress action where auctioning and all that will come in. But for now, we are looking at restraining order. And for that, once they are able to make do with what is before us by way of the amount is settled, then obviously the place will be open for them. Audit was from 2019 to 2022, but the audit was completed and then the assessment letter was served July of this year.
Joseph Annan is Accra Central Manager in charge of enforcement at the GRA. On Investor Eye today, we'll shed light on some of the investment scams used on unsuspecting investors. Emmanuel Mensapia is Director in charge of Risk Management Department at the Securities and Exchange Commission. Take a listen.
Then there's the reciprocity tactic. With that one, they'll give you something as a bait to invest, either something physical, or they may even say that, okay, if you invest, we'll give you a discount payment and so on and so forth. It will surprise you that sometimes they even give things that you can get anywhere, maybe a certain soap or something, as a way of enticing you to invest with them. And then they also have what they call the scarcity tactic.
Okay.
So they will say, invest now, because they know that if time passes after listening to them, you may cool down and think properly. So they will give you some kind of urgency to invest.
And that's our Investor Eye episode for this morning. Before we go, let's check the commodity market for you. Crude oil trading at $90 a barrel. Gold gained more than $3 to sell at $1,976 an ounce. Cocoa trading at $3,759 a ton after increasing by $65. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. It's back to Winston and the team with more of the Super Morning Show.
Darren. Crude oil, $90.
$90. I think it was at $91 yesterday.
Okay, so that's good news.
Let's see.
Let's see how it goes. But it's not easy. The CD2, the performance is some way. Anyway.
Well, we are expecting some more dollars in the system.
Okay, the $600 million.
The $600 million. We're expecting the central bank to also inject some dollars into the system as we head into the festive season.
Let's see how things are going to go, because today you go to the port. I mean, they use the exchange rate to calculate your duty. So, I mean, vehicles that ordinarily you would clear for, say, 30,000 total duty, or total charges. Sometimes it was actually around 25,000. Today, you'd have to pay sometimes 60,000. Oh yeah, and that's why. Container traffic is reduced at our points of entry because it's too expensive. And I know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Daryl Kwa, for joining us with the latest in the world of business. Time now for our inspirational song for today, brought to us by Duraplus Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes and water tank, the only water storage tank with a level indicator. Where Duraplus goes, water flows. And is Edwin Datson with Our Money. That's our inspirational song.
I'm so excited about
Morning, Mama V. Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hope you're all doing very well this morning.
It's just the rains. You know, when it rains, the roads become messy, depending on where you're coming from. And if you're on the Ofankor,
from the eastern
not
region,
necessarily Ofankor, but in Sawam, towards Ofankor, then I'm sorry, because the entire stretch, some portions of it, you find stagnant water, so you won't be able to tell if there are potholes or there are manholes there. Please drive carefully on the stretch.
You have to be careful, and for those of us who also live in areas that are developing, you know, sometimes you can understand, but for me, I know where the potholes are. So when you get there, you'll be like a trotro driver. You know where the potholes are. So when you get there, you slow down. And so what I did was to leave home earlier than usual, and get to work early. Around Okpongolo, huge. I mean, as always, we say water is the greatest enemy of road.
Traffic or water?
Water today. When I was driving to work at Okpongolo, you find a heap of water there on the road. So it becomes, that whole lane, it becomes just a single lane. Because everybody is moving to the inner lane, you know, because there's a store of water there.
And that leads to a lot of traffic. Well, we are right in our Drive Safe campaign, which is brought to you by Joe News and Multimedia Group, is supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So if you're coming from Tesano towards Circle, and especially if you're turning to our stretch, as in the Joy FM 3555 Nofa stretch, you'd find that there's a broken track right there in the turn, and it makes it difficult for you to see oncoming vehicles from Circle. Is really extremely dangerous, so please be careful when you get to that section. And I don't know why the vehicles simply won't find a towing track to just tow it, but they want to fix the broken down tracks right there in the middle of the road. We need the police to pay some attention to that. That's how to drive safe.
Now let's say it right. Let's learn how to do so. And it's brought to you by Kingdom Books, our Kingdom quality and affordability is our hallmark. And Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either. I say either.
Now on Say It Right today, I want us to learn how to pronounce this word correctly. College. College. And not college, as many of us would want to pronounce it. I know sometimes we're tempted to believe that every word that has O in there should probably be pronounced with a vowel 12, as in so we go college. But if you want to say it right, it's actually pronounced college.
Let's call it home,
Great. So let's get into the newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tank. You're strong, you're tough. And My Way, a simple life insurance by My Life. And MTN Momo dial *165# on MTN to enjoy My Way today. Before we get into the papers, Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Sam Jonas, says virtues needed in Ghana's present circumstances are missing in academic curriculum at all levels. He says, lessons from Kwame Nkrumah's life are desperately needed to undo damage in the management of Africa's resources. He says it's a tragedy that virtues such as integrity, honesty, prioritizing national interest above self, amongst others, which are needed in overdose in Ghana's present circumstances, are missing in the curriculum of African students at all levels.
Brilliant, inspiring, sobering, important lessons in leadership, priority of national interest above self, honesty, integrity, trust, lessons in how religiosity has affected development. These are all important lessons which clearly are needed in overdose in our present circumstances in Ghana and, of course, on the continent. It is, listening to the professor, it's a tragedy that these important lessons are not part of the everyday curriculum of African students at all levels. It was quite shocking to hear that indeed Nkrumah's books, which, as you recall, were burnt at the University of Ghana when Nkrumah was overthrown, an event which was done under the supervision of the American ambassador at the time, who happened to be African American, that these books are not actually even available in our campuses, let alone taught as courses. It is a tragedy. Know that Sankofa, there's nothing wrong with that. We've made mistakes. There are important lessons in this man's leadership journey which desperately are needed if we are to, as it were, undo the immense deep damage that we all know we have done in the management of our continent's resources.
So that's the Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Sir Sam Jonah. But before we get into the papers, also Raymond, quickly, Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Papo Usuankuma, has described the attempt by oil trading firm Trafigura to seize and auction properties belonging to Ghana in the United Kingdom as embarrassing. Now, it comes as government admits it is struggling to pay off some $140 billion judgment debt awarded to Trafigura, and as a result, the company has threatened to sell some of Ghana's properties in the UK. For instance, the International Bank building. Papo Usuankuma added that the Finance Ministry is currently engaging oil trading firm Trafigura to liquidate the debt.
I am embarrassed as a High Commissioner, for this thing to appear on the internet and everything, being a subject matter of discussion in the media in Ghana and here, in the Ghanaian media here. So I'm certain why. It's serious, but it's just that, as I've told you, even for those in private business, it gets to a stage you have to prioritize payments. And when you don't have access to credit and money is being generated, does not meet your obligation, you prioritize. But I'm sure the government is taking steps to liquidate this debt. It's unfortunate that we've come to this stage. It appears our financial circumstances as a country, probably, I'm not holding brief for the finance minister, but that may have constrained the finance ministry from honoring the obligation to pay the debt by installments. But I'm aware that the finance ministry is presently engaged in negotiations with the lawyers for the judgment creditor to liquidate this debt.
All right, so that's Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Papa Owusu-Ankuma, there on Top Story yesterday, Raymond.
So what are we doing? Are we going to be able to, say, intervene, go for an engagement on this one? Because the legal options available to us, we've exhausted them, right? We've gone through, and this conversation did not start today. People will forget about it. It's all to do with a certain engagement over an oil deal, which is power deal, right? And we ended up not living up to our side of the bargain, so we cancelled the contract. When we cancelled the contract, they were back and forth as to whether we had liabilities to ourselves, because they believed that we're supposed to help them get a place, and the main excuse we gave at the time was that they couldn't. What was it? They couldn't build their, what they call it, they couldn't relocate at the right time, and they could not get the EPA certification to go through, and the Energy Commission's own to go through the process nicely. When we push all together, the crux of the matter is that at some point somebody did not represent Ghana in the best way that we could, or did not ultimately have the interest of this country at heart right from the commencement of the dealings. To the time we said we are going to terminate this deal, to the times we said, oh, this is the best way to go about this. In fact, it's the reason why we have wonderful lawyers at the various departments to advise states on actions. Their business is to make sure that we don't incur some of these liabilities. So as we have reached this point now, I agree with Papa Usuankuma. It will be embarrassing that some of our buildings... Is it not already? I said that when they finally end up taking the building or do anything close to that, we would engage them.
I'm not sure they'll take the
But
building.
isn't it about
time
also that individuals who represent the state whose acts of omission and commission results in some of these judgment debts, we must make them cough up the 140 million so that others will learn.
It's the justification for that law on willfully causing financial loss to the state. In fact, it's what we justified, if one of the biggest pillars for it, that at no point should anybody by your direct delivery on behalf of the state lead to you doing some of these things anyway?
You know, Mama V, who's a lawyer, understands this better than I do. The fact that for these people, they're just trying to get government of Ghana to pay. The embarrassment they are causing you is one of the reasons you want to settle it. And if they attach the building, they can't attach our High Commissioner building and residence because of the immunity. So they can't attach it. They've attached Ghana International Bank, which according to Papa Uzuankuma is a lease and has about 5 years to expire. They wouldn't, I mean, so even if they were to sell it, they wouldn't get the amount of money you owe them. So what would they do? Once they attach it, the embarrassment it causes you alone is enough for you to go and pay.
Yeah.
And I am told, I mean, yesterday he said it on Top Story that, I mean, efforts are being made to pay. And so that's where we are today. So yes, it's embarrassing, but
their interest is the money.
Interest the money. And so I'm sure we'll strike another deal and make payments. Well, let's get into the papers. But most importantly, how in God's name are we consistently paying judgment debts in this country? I mean, we keep having conversations about judgment debt upon judgment debt, and I agree. When people take decisions to abrogate contracts, they must also take every responsibility for it, including the liabilities. So in that case, willfully causing financial loss to the state, whether through any action or inaction of yours, we lost money, you be made to face the law.
Now, I think about it, right? Ordinarily, any proper advisor of any transaction will take the pros and cons into consideration. It's mostly an emotional decision. I mean, ministers and co will speak out with emotion, but they are very seasoned people whose responsibility will be sit down, draw down to the substantive points and say, this will be in our interest, even if you abrogate at this point. Because the what we incur as losses, if you extend it over a period that we continue with this contract, it will be higher than that. Do we do all of that? And I think we do. I want to believe.
Do we?
I think we should.
Or it's just paperwork? Because then you must have the money to settle. You must think about the consequences of that.
Or else, sometimes that mischievous thought that comes into the minds of the people, quoting from Justice, and we still say is Doche.
Doche.
Yes, Justice Doche's thoughts about create, loot, and share. You think that sometimes we do some of these things deliberately to make available some funds to people because you can't give them the money directly. But if you act in ways that incurs some of these losses, it will be as if you are representing the people of this country, and yet your ultimate interest is representing an ulterior or what they call external motive or some personal interest.
All right, time for us to get into the papers. I have the Ghanaian Times, but before that, Malloy Afenyo is 10 years, and the reason I'm doing this now is because he's going to get off and go to school. Malloy Afenyo, you're 10 years today. He attends Alcid Academy, grade 5 Al. It's from your mom, your dad, and your little brother, Biam. Happy birthday to you, Malloy. So on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, it says upstream petroleum sector deputy speaker slams low local import after 10 years of local content law passage. Military personnel not withdrawn from affair operations. That's according to the Ghana Armed Forces. We need to train more specialist doctors in Ghana, Professor Adanu appeals to government. And 493,400 visually impaired persons lack white cane. That's where I want to begin in terms of a little bit of details. Statistics from the 2021 census reports indicate that 1.2 million out of the 30.8 million population have varying degrees of visual impairment from total blindness, and we know the use of the white cane is used to scan the surrounding for obstacles. Also helpful for us to identify persons who are blind, so it's really important for them to get the white canes.
Now the Daily Graphic is reporting this one. Still company creates 10,000 jobs in 3 years. This according to Katie Amon, who is lauding B5 plus. That's the biggest story there. Basic education needs dedicated funds. That's the National Association of Teachers, and they are talking about that. Special supplements. So if you want to see the 34th CIMG Awards, and more importantly, the CIMG Radio Program of the Year, if you want to note that, if you want to note the CIMG TV Program of the Year, yes, I think I need to stress those ones because it's important. You go straight to page to the middle spread of the daily graphic.
Okay.
Big one there. Every person who won any other award is also there. But you may have to look out for the specific one, Radio Program of the Year. Now, we'd also enforce local content laws. Energy Minister, there's also Voter Chiefs Launch Relief Fund for flood victims.
That's a great initiative. The Chronicle for this morning, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 4.
Preach on.
Alas, sinful nation, people weighed down with iniquity, offspring of evildoers, sons who act corruptly. Iyoko probes Prof. Ade's contract for sale charge. And that's the splash here. Comes to the photograph of Professor Ade and Kwesi Amakwata, who is Minister for Roads and Highways. CCTV footage to decide how a lawyer was robbed off $104,000 and 3,000 euros. Let's go for the online news review now.
Not so quick. We still have some papers. So let's bring you the Daily Guide newspaper. Front page, Kaswa teen killers, that's in quote, buried victim alive, according to the investigator in the case. First Sky Group storms Mefe with goodies and insurance. MPP slams Mahama for politicizing voter flats. And I'm most experienced. That's Baumia saying to delegates. Also court direct OSP to respond to Bisu's objection.
Now, the Finder is reporting this morning. Ecobank Ghana supports to the private schools. Access Bank Ghana launches a Sandal More campaign to donate 13,000 sandals to schools across Ghana. Then the Ghana Water Company posts 914.8 million losses. Ghana Water Company.
914 million losses.
Yes.
That's a lot,
Ghana City in 6 months, despite making significant strides in key areas. That's what's on the front page of the Finder too. The other one is VRA support or commits 20 million to support 60,000 spillage victims. And those are the stories here.
So the Economic Times for this morning says free SHS, other social interventions to be reviewed in 2024 budget. And so Ghanaians are to expect major reviews of some key social intervention programs such as free SHS in the 2024 budget. We're told the review, or in other words, rationalization was collaboratively undertaken by Government of Ghana and the World Bank, and about 17 programs were considered and will be incorporated in the budget with details. We're told this is aimed at helping the government to cut down on expenditure, to allow some fiscal space, and also to improve on the country's budget deficit. And so, look, free SHS, I have said that free SHS in its current state is even discriminatory.
So Professor Opoku Amankwa did not say anything wrong.
No. But why? Why do we think that a student is going to the boarding school? A student is going to the boarding school.
Oh, yeah.
Look, a student is going to the boarding school. A student is a day student. So someone is not going to the boarding school. Mm-hmm. One who goes to the boarding school is paid, his fees are paid in full.
Yeah.
Another is a day student. He gets probably half of that. I am saying, if you want to make education free, boarding is a luxury. First of all, starting from there, boarding is a luxury. It is part of the reason we decide, at a point in time, it made a lot of sense to build community schools. Mm-hmm. Let's get that. The whole idea of community schools is a very important thing. At the time of independence, we're actually thinking about, coming together as a nation. And so this whole idea of a boarding system where people move from all parts of the country, good. Today, intermarriages and everything, Accra is so cosmopolitan. You go to Kumasi, the same. Go to Takrady, the same. Other parts of the country. And it makes no sense for nurses and teachers who end up picketing at the Ministry of Finance to be paid, trainee allowances. They get out, they can't get jobs, and they are picketing every day when that money could have been saved and used in employing them. I don't see the sense in all of that.
Before we go online, just to tell our Kotoko friends that when you lose a game or you draw, you don't cause distraction, you don't vandalize stadium seats, you don't rip the seats, and that's exactly what they have done. We have to name them and shame them. It's a story on the back page of the Daily Guide that I missed, but I wanted to bring it back.
That you had.
I'm paging Kotoko fans cause stadium damage. That's the headline.
We talk about Kotoko drawing and Hasso folks scoring 1 goal in 5 games.
Well, unfortunately, we've shifted from the draw because of what the distraction they've caused.
Don't worry, one go.
We should
Online
charge
news
them
review.
individually. They must pay.
Let me get to the online news review, brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goil Good Energy.
All right. So, what do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just top up anywhere? Please don't do that if that's what you do. Let me introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be part. So, Goil Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP. First of all, they are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is a high grade fuel which is sold at same price as normal fuel, and Goil Diesel XP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. They have over 440 stations across the nation. Please join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goil Good Energy. Goil Yen Ara Yedim.
Well, moving away from the One Go project of Hearts of Folk, let's get to NigeriaOnline.com this morning. It's embarrassing, but government is working to pay. That's according to Papa Owusu Ankoma. Collapse cocoa board, allow farmers to sell directly to buyers. President of Cocoa Farmers Association. And let's get to citynewsroom.com this morning. Investigate alleged organized crime in award of road contracts, Amakwata to Iyoko. And on CNN says 2,000 children killed in Gaza. Aid group says as doctors warn fuel shortage is a death sentence. The BBC News now brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, and Old Mutual 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
In an art space they hope where people will come to celebrate life.
In the studio today at 10:30 GMT. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
What's it like feeling a big short on your company? Today, we find out in the second of our new mini-series all about short selling. We'll meet a CEO whose company was hit hard by an anonymous trader, but how its boss weathered the storm.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up after the news, it's People Fixing the World from the BBC World Service. Did you know that poop can be good for the environment? I'm talking about a special kind of excrement made by a rather unique sea creature that's the star of today's show.
The cucumber is able to actually clean the sand of all sorts of things that might be attached to it, like bacteria and little bits of algae. And at the bum end comes really clean sand.
This week, it's all about sea cucumbers fixing the world. We'll hear how they're helping the Great Barrier Reef and changing the lives of fishermen in Madagascar.
In the past, I lived in a very small house by myself. Since I became a sea cucumber farmer, I have built a large wooden house and I am building a large concrete house.
Join me, Myra Anubi, to find out more on People Fixing the World after the BBC News.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. Two elderly Israeli women abducted by Hamas are undergoing medical treatment in Tel Aviv after their release from Gaza. Norit Cooper and Yocheved Lifshitz were taken from their homes during this month's violent attack on southern Israel. They're the third and fourth people to be freed by Hamas. Yaakov Amador, a former advisor to the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, told the BBC the hostage situation was complicated.
We are making a lot of efforts to understand the situation of the hostages. Hamas is a sadistic organization, doesn't tell even the names of those which are still alive and those which are dead in his hands. And we don't know the full number of the hostages, and we don't know how many of them are alive and how many of them are dead.
Despite the latest hostage releases, Israel's military says it has no intention of reducing its airstrike on Gaza. The IDF's chief of staff said unrelenting attacks would fully dismantle Hamas. Yolande Nell is in Jerusalem.
Palestinian media report that dozens of people in Gaza have been killed in Israel's latest airstrikes, including in a refugee camp on the coast, where Israel's military said it had hit a Hamas target. While Israel's military has indicated it has no intention of curbing its bombardment, there are more signs that Israel's international allies are pressing for it to give time for negotiations to free other hostages and allow more desperately needed aid into Gaza.
The Chinese government has told Israel that it has the right to defend itself, but that it also must protect civilians and abide by international law. Our China correspondent Stephen McDonnell reports.
In his first call with his Israeli counterpart since the start of the Hamas-Israel war, China's foreign minister said there was now a major choice between war and peace. According to the official readout, Wang Yi also said to Eli Cohen that his government had an obligation to abide by international humanitarian law and to protect civilians alongside its right to self-defense. He also spoke to Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki, offering Beijing's deep sympathies with the people of Gaza.
In other news, Ukraine has accused Russian forces of trying to cut off a vital supply road to the town of Avdiivka in the Donetsk region. Jenny Hill reports from Kiev.
Most of Avdiivka's population have fled. Russia began a major offensive against the town earlier this month, and fighting has intensified in recent days. Residents described near constant airstrikes and bombardment. Russia wants this town badly. Its troops occupy the nearby city of Donetsk. Seizing Avdiivka too would make it harder for Ukraine to retake the territory. Efforts continue to evacuate residents from the town. One woman, who was living in a basement, told us that most of the people left were elderly and infirm.
Jenny Hill reporting. World News from the BBC. Tens of thousands of women in Iceland, including the Prime Minister, will refuse to work today. The strike has been called in protest against gender-based violence and inequality. It's the first full-day action of its kind since 1975, when 90% of Icelandic women took part. Industries, including healthcare, education and air travel, are expected to be disrupted. The International Energy Agency says nearly half of the world's electricity is likely to be produced from renewable sources by the end of this decade. In a report, it praises governments for making significant progress in the shift away from fossil fuels, but says it still isn't happening quickly enough. Poland's president will meet the leaders of the country's two largest parties today to discuss the formation of a new government. First, Andrzej Duda will host representatives from the governing right-wing Law and Justice Party, which lost its majority in elections this month. Later, he'll meet the main centrist opposition. Adam Easton reports from Warsaw.
President Duda must appoint a new prime minister to form Poland's next government. His political allies, Law and Justice, will be the biggest single party in the new parliament, but they lack partners to form that government. A diverse coalition of pro-EU groupings does command a majority and has pledged to work together under Donald Tusk as Prime Minister. Mr. Duda has not made up his mind, one of his advisers said. Instead of asking Mr. Tusk, he may first nominate a Prime Minister from Law and Justice, despite the challenges it faces cobbling together a majority.
Adam Easton reporting. The South Korean authorities have detained a small wooden boat carrying a group of North Koreans in what appeared to be a rare defection across the maritime border. The vessel was intercepted in waters off the eastern port city of Sokcho, near the de facto sea boundary between the two countries. The Yonhap news agency said 4 people were on board. BBC News.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more?
Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Goyle. Good energy.
My way insurance, my way.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown, and I want to encourage you to dial *165# on MTN to join the My Way family. My Way provides you and a selected family member a cover against death. As a policy holder, you will also have a cover against total permanent disability and hospitalization should you be hospitalized for more than 2 nights. Dial *165# and join the family. Sanya My Way. No way.
My Way is a product of My Life and MTN Momo. Terms and conditions apply.
The search for a distinctive university to attend is now over. I introduce you to Heritage Christian College, located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and UCC and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
The university offers Bachelor of Business Administration programs with options in accounting with computing, marketing, accounting, human resource management, business information technology management, entrepreneurship and technology innovation, Bachelor of Science courses in information technology and information security, nursing, and a Bachelor of Theology. We offer student entrepreneurship training with financial support.
The entry qualifications include WASI, SSCE, GBCE, HND, and diploma in relevant fields. Mature entrants can also come if they are 25 years and above.
We also offer 12-month Master of Science programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management.
Contact us on 0547 777 731.
Heritage Christian College, a university educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
There's never been a better time to own a home. Republic Bank slashes interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. Yes, switch and sign on to any of our CD mortgages. Enjoy ultra low interest rates and pay less to live in your dream home. Cool. Call 054 0109 649, 054 0109 901 or email myhome@republicghana.com. Offer is valid until 31st January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
For over 10 years, Old Mutual has been touching lives in Ghana. Whether you're a trader or a student, an entrepreneur or an employer, or nearing your retirement, we have the right financial solutions tailored just for you. Contact Old Mutual on 030-7000-600 or visit our website on oldmutual.com.gh to learn more. And let's realize your financial freedom together. 10 years of greatness, here for a lifetime. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Mini odani blue. Mido yasia umatie. Oh nana nyami ashwemeso. Wale meso imidia mamia.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Ooh, groove, groove, I play one on mystery. Come here, ooh, groove, I play one night in Nantes. Come here, groove.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Me music peti ame Bible science yes. Baby I made it my Afina menya je makume shishe. Kwa base mtu mikosona medidia. Oh, ono yehu na hina musu. Na hina musu yes rokokra. Well. Eya bese esishune wo. Inti ano mi baby ajojo mama. Ooh, groove, doing you run, the bomb and run it. The
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Minutes after 7. Why are you looking at me like that? What are you going to say?
I know the topic I had in mind, the title of the song I had in mind was something like Kumie. No, I didn't think
not groovy?
No.
Before you get into your Ekumi and everything, let me do the UPSA Law School Point of Law series for today. I don't like any Ekumi matter. So, except in a time of war or when a state of emergency has been declared, it cannot be right for any agency of the executive to suppress the free expression of any opinion, however unpopular that opinion may be. Except in a time of war or when a state of emergency has been declared, it cannot be right for any agency of the executive to suppress the free expression of any opinion, however unpopular that opinion may be. And this is per Amwasichi JSC, a New Patriotic Party, and the Inspector General of Police, 1993-1994, to the Ghana Law Report 459SC. So that's it. So as the UPSA Law School Point of Law series, I like this one. Except in a time of war or when a state of emergency has been declared, it cannot be right for any agency of the executive to suppress the free expression of any opinion, however unpopular that opinion may be.
No, it didn't say except when there's a call for responsibility speech. Or except when people are hopefully likely to attack you.
No.
Yes, I mean,
except in a time of war.
Yes, those clarities are important because we know how people engage.
We're talking about the high indirect taxes that are on the everyday goods that we buy. I was listening to Winston when he was talking about the juices.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been thinking about that, Raymond. The fact that today, even car battery that you buy.
You were mentioning that.
Yeah, I mean, but for all these taxes on them, and look, let's get something straight. Nobody is against the payment of taxes. But we're asking that how are these taxes impacting us? One, simply. And how is it impacting the rate, even the rate of inflation? And how is that in itself affecting the macroeconomic, foundations of this country?
Yeah.
So today, all of us are complaining. And watch this carefully. Let me just do this. Watch this carefully. Because of the high taxes that we're paying, these persons, coupled with the depreciation of the Ghana cedi, go to the port today and you realize that people are paying so much more. What happens is that they actually will transfer that to you and I, to you and me. They'll transfer it to us, simply. But because they are transferring it to us, the rate of inflation is also going up. And that stems from these taxes. Today, food inflation is at 49%. Non-food inflation is at 29%. So just think about it. But for food inflation,
we would have had extremely
low inflation. But what is causing food inflation to be so high? I mean, look, if you know that, so check your staples and realize that these are foods that are consumed regularly in the country, you can actually reduce taxes on them so that you bring the rate of inflation down and bring the reference rate down so that people can actually borrow at reduced rates and grow their businesses, expand, and pay more taxes to you.
And you see, we can't say this in a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
But before I actually go to that, let me just go through some of them. Evaporated milk, 8.5 cedis without tax. With tax is 15.5. Spaghetti, 1.9 cedi without tax. With tax is 4 cedi. Now juice, 38 cedi. With tax is 70 cedi. Tin tomatoes, 7 cedi. With tax is 13 cedi. Without tax, cement bag is 58 cedi. With tax is 90 cedi. Cement. Beer, 1 bottle, 5 cedi. Without tax. With tax is 11 cedi. Now, perfumed rice, 50 kg. Without tax is 410 cedi. With tax is 770 cedi. Non-perfumed rice, the same 50 kg. Without tax is 300 cedi. With tax is actually 650 cedi. Sugar, 50 kg. Without tax actually is 490 cedi. With tax is actually 930 cedi. The chicken, the imported, per kilogram, without tax is 23 cedi. If you add the tax to it, it's 40 cedi. Now, cooking oil box, 170 cedi. That's when there's no tax on it. With tax, it's 375 cedi. Used gas cooker, when it's without tax, it's 900 cedi. When you add the taxes to it, it's 1,700 cedis. Sardine, the box, 220 cedi when there's no tax on it. When you add the tax, 460 cedi. Then you mention car battery, 600 cedi when it's without tax. When you add the tax to it, it's 1,200 cedi. You think about it.
That's 100% increment right there. But what it means is that the demand and sales volumes will also go down, and ultimately it will hurt businesses because we will cut down. If you can't afford, what do you do? That's why this conversation is really important. Please be heard. Send us your messages on 0551111997. That's our WhatsApp number. Post on X Joy997 and add the hashtag JoySMS.
And have a whole new brushing experience with the new Pepsodent Herbal toothpaste and Pepsodent Charcoal White. Pepsodent Herbal is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts formulated to repair, protect your gums while giving you an all-round cooling sensation. Pepsodent Charcoal White is also uniquely made with charcoal and lemon essence that restores your teeth's natural whiteness and gives you complete oral protection for you and your family. Pepsodent, every smile matters. Remember to always brush your teeth twice daily with Pepsodent.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming home. That's the University of Ghana School of Law. It's actually inviting all past students to return to their alma mater for this year's Alumni Homecoming 2023. The theme is Investing in Excellence, Empowering the Future of Legal Education in Ghana. The celebration starts on Monday, October 30 to Saturday, November 4. The activities are, for the very first day of October 30, there's a lunch and saw cutting for the multi-purpose complex. This will be graced by the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Tokonu, and University of Ghana's Vice Chancellor Professor Nanaba Apianfo. On November 2, there is the Legon Law Lecture Series with esteemed speakers like Justice Stephen Alambrobe and Justice J.C. Amonomoni at the auditorium. And this on the theme, Entrenching Consensus on Legitimacy, Lessons from the Consultative Assembly for Reforming the 1992 Constitution. Now, on November 3, why stretching your leg? Okay, there is going to be a student mentorship cocktail on campus. A fantastic opportunity for current students to connect with esteemed alumni and benefit from their wisdom and experience. For more information, you just need to visit the University of Ghana School of Law's website, law.ug.edu.gh, or call 0303963750 or 0303958555. It's going to be a very wonderful celebration. Yeah.
We will follow you.
Your ticket is still available.
Good morning to Amma. Amma is with the Cybersecurity Authority. Amma has asked me to repeat the WhatsApp number. This time, I should take it slowly. So 055 11119997 055 11119997. But Societe Generale, your secure and trusted partner, is celebrating 20 good years here in Ghana. We say hooray to that. This significant milestone wouldn't have been possible without you, our loyal customer. So this anniversary is dedicated to you. It has been a journey of triumphs, successes, and innovative financial solutions crafted to give you, your family, and business the best outcomes always. Our partnership with you has seen you and your families grow, your businesses and institutions succeed, and many dreams come true. So today we're celebrating 20 years with you. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
And Toyota Ghana has unveiled an irresistible offer for a limited time only. They're offering huge price discounts on an exceptional range of vehicles, including the dynamic RAV4, the robust Hilux, the powerful Fortuner diesel Mama V, and the luxurious Land Cruiser.
I changed my mind because I saw the new RAV4. Man! Oh, I fell in love with it.
Anyway, I still like the luxurious Land Cruiser Prado. I see.
You're a big man.
I need to drive one. And so I am thinking whether... yes, we would get one. But that's not all. When you make the decision to acquire any of these incredible vehicles, Toyota Ghana will reward you with an entire year of complimentary servicing. This golden opportunity won't be around forever, so pay a visit to any of their showrooms located in Accra, Temba, Kumasi, Tamale, Takrady. Alternatively, you can reach them on 0302910204. Credit purchase is also available through a special arrangement with their finance partners. Toyota, superior quality.
Now, the 19th International Conference on Inclusive Insurance is happening in Ghana. The Munich RE Foundation or RIC Foundation, the Micro Insurance Network, and the National Insurance Commission, in collaboration with the Ghana Insurance Association and Brokers Association of Ghana, are hosting an international conference on inclusive insurance with over 400 experts from over 50 countries. This started yesterday, the 23rd of October, and it's supposed to end on the 27th, right? Okay. The venue is actually the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel. Now the time is 9 a.m. This is a very powerful engagement that you should participate in. This is an inclusive insurance conference. It's a very interesting dynamic.
Right? Yeah, it is.
I mean, they say many Ghanaians do not have insurance in so many areas.
Anyway.
Well, you know, a poorly maintained car engine can age faster. That's why Total Energies has specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. That's a breakthrough innovation. It ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure, such as the one here in Ghana. So choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
And Republic Bank, master of mortgages, has even gone lower, offering you ultra low interest rates on all its city mortgage products. If you're planning to own, build, or improve your home, now is the time. Take advantage of this window of opportunity. Call their mortgage hub and speak to a specialist on 0540-109901 or send them a mail, myhome@republicbank.com. This offer is valid until the 31st of January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And Winston, we have to mention again that scam alert that we brought to the attention of our listeners yesterday, and the attention of Joy News has been drawn to fake infomercials circulating on social media that bear its logo. These infomercials use deep fake technology to mimic the voices of some of your presenters, some of your favorite presenters, really, and anchors, and make various claims about the efficacy of certain medicines. Joy News has been reporting each of such misrepresentations to Facebook for the necessary actions to be taken. We wish to inform you, our valued audience, that these informations are not from our platforms and should be disregarded.
Now, the Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited's back to school promotion is here with us again. It's actually from now to October 31st, 2023. Now, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is giving a generous 10% to 15% discount on all school items. You're talking about textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and much more across all branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Parents, teachers, and students, please hurry while the stocks last. For more information, you need to call us on 0302 764 101 or 0302-764-209 or send us an email, info@kingdom.com. And you also can visit our website, kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
So get a loan of up to 450,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, wow.
From Fidelity Bank and get rewarded. Whenever you're interested.
That's a lot. It can do so much.
Time value of money. Don't worry. Switch your existing salary account or salaried loan to Fidelity Bank, or get a new personal loan and enjoy the lowest fixed interest rate. A 2-month repayment holiday in December 2023 and January 2024. Listen to this. So in December 2023, bearing in mind that it's Christmas, and January, because it's so long a month, you don't have to pay your loan. So the repayment, you get a 2-month repayment holiday.
Oh, that's smart.
And you also a 50% discount on all processing fee till the end of December. Guaranteed fixed monthly repayment or installments. Don't miss this offer. Call us on 0800 003355 or walk into any Fidelity Bank branch today, and let's help you achieve that dream.
And it's a good time now for us to bring you the nutrition line, which is brought to us by Nestle. And you know, Nestle offers good food for a good life. Here's the Nestle nutrition line.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Good morning, sprinkling your day with dazzle and shine. and all the happiness you need. This is Nestle Nutrition Line, making sure you live a long and healthier life. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajilisua. I welcome you warmly, hoping you're in good health and doing amazing things with your life. Today on Nestle Nutrition Line, we're continuing our series on malnutrition, and our focus is on folic acid or folate deficiency. Folic acid is a man-made form of folate. Folate is an important B vitamin which is needed to make DNA and RNA. DNA and RNA are the blueprints on which we develop, and if they're not made perfectly, they can lead to mutations which can have severe consequences. Folate is also needed to make red blood cells. During the early weeks of pregnancy, folate is needed to help form the brain and spinal cord of the baby. Folate deficiency during pregnancy leads to neural tube defects and can have severe consequences, including a miscarriage or a child born with severe physical or mental disabilities. To prevent folate deficiency, you need to include foods such as kontomire, other green leafy vegetables, beans, liver, and various fruits and vegetables in your diet. Certain staple foods like wheat flour and rice may also be fortified with folic acid and labeled as such. Thank you for tuning in this and every weekday morning. I hope you've learned something beneficial, something that you can apply for a healthier, happier, longer life. If you have anything you would like to say, a comment, an idea, a suggestion, please reach out. We're here and we're happy to hear from you always. Your feedback is precious, so do please reach out. 0302 517020 or 0302-211-880, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800-120-0001, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS or call 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. These numbers please: 0593-845697, 0593-845649, 0593-845708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. There are people who love you, who are proud of you, and are waiting to see you succeed. So go out and do something incredibly amazing with your life. Never stop. Never give up. Have a great day. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visit.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business.
Since when?
Since. Now it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir,
you think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
Hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free.
MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. you have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Friday, October 20th to Saturday, 11th of November. Watch Africa's top football clubs become the champion of champions. Al Ali FC, Wydad AC, Esperance, Mazembe, Enyimba FC, Mamelodi Sundowns, Atletico, Petroleos, and Simba SC. Who is the beater of champions? Catch all the scintillating action of the African Football League, streaming at afl.africa and on FIFA Plus.
1xBet. Big bonuses, big odds, big wins. Download 1xBet app. Make a deposit and you get 300% bonus on up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. The biggest bonus ever. 1xBet is a reliable bookmaker. So head up to 1xBet.com.gh. Register with promo code Welcome Ghana and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit right now. Have a chance to win. 1xBet gives you more. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
All right, and once you hear this, you know that it's time for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa. Let's see whose birthday it is today. This one says, happy birthday to Michael Ni Okainja Okain of Presec Staff JSS, and they wish you long life and prosperity and more favor. It's coming from your uncle Nana Harden to you, and it's a happy 51st birthday to Linda Stepper, who's vice president of Burma Valley Residents Association, and it's a chaotic birthday to Dr. Betty Blay Aka. Dr. Betty Blay Aka lived to be 99.7 and more. Do have a blast. And it's also the birthday of Bernard Ni Adote Alote of Abiana Music. Today is your 40th birthday. Cheers to life and good health. And happy birthday to Gifty Datson of Gradius Snack Bar North Kaneshi. May God bless your new age and grant you more wins. Enjoy your day from Don Chega and the family.
Now, happy birthday to Dorcas Abedu Kennedy of Adum Online. Wishing you a glorious new year from Hannah and all your loved ones. And of course, you mentioned Linda Stepper, right?
Yes.
There's one also going out there to Mary Samini of Dansuman Petroleum. This is from your personal person, Abrante KP of Exhibition Down, Dansuman. This is a very interesting one. Abrante KP. You know
Abrante KP. Yeah. This one says, I kindly wish my daughter Jacqueline Ayram Acrobotu, who's 17 years today, who's at St. Mary's SHS Form 2, a very big happy birthday. We thank God for her wonderful life, and it's from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Akrobatu. And it's also the birthday of Esinam Gomashi. Esinam Gomashi, the daughter of my very good friend Felix Gomashi. So Esinam, from your mother and your brothers Elikem and Etonam, we wish you happy birthday, Esinam Gomashi. And this one says, blessed happy birthday to Dr. Joseph Ignatius Obing of the University of Education, Winneba, Department of Social Science, Faculty of Social Science, Department of Social Studies, and it's coming from Papa Tieku to you. Okay, I think we're done.
Yes, certainly.
We're done. Let me say good morning to Dr. Yawasafo, drive doctor.
Yes.
He's a member of the Man United fans in Ghana. Yes, there's a WhatsApp group for Manchester United fans, of which I am part. All of us.
So we are there.
These days the team is not going well, so we take it like that.
So it's a very quiet platform. It's for lamentations.
Like today, we know the verdict.
Anyway,
you don't expect anything from Manchester United these days. Nothing good will come out of Nazareth.
Can any good?
Or nothing. Nothing will come. Anyway, let's get into the Sports Center, brought to us by
MTN.
Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank,
here for good.
One Expert, your reliable bookmaker. DSTV, it's your moment. And African Football League. Watch the African Football League from the 20th of October to 11th of November, which means it started already. So it ends on the 11th of November. African Football League, our football, our stars, our time.
Let me tell you more about the African Football League, because we as Africans, our game is different. It's electrifying. It's actually spiritual and it's explosive. Now it's in a league of its own. Essentially, Africans do football the African way, and that's our game. And the home of our game is the African Football League. Watch the African Football currently ongoing. It's starting on October 20th to November 11th, and see the African skills, the strength, the speed, the excitement, the drama, suspense, and creativity on display. The teams for this maiden edition include Al Ali, TP Mazembe, Experience, and Nyimba FC, the Nigerian one, right?
Yeah, that's Nigerian.
Sundowns, and with that, AC. Yes, there's $14.4 million at stake. We should give that to the GFA so that we can
to do what?
To use it to organize.
To prepare for World Cup or what?
To use it to organize our local league.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Who takes it home? 14.4 million at stake. Watch and listen to commentary on the African Football League, the home of the African game on our African soil, with African talent being showcased. African Football League. Our football, our stars, and our time.
Well, so my friends, imagine sitting in the stands at Anfield, cheering on Liverpool FC and joining several fans jump and scream at Mo Salah's stunning goal. Yes, this dream could come true for you, because Standard Chartered wants to take you and your partner to Anfield to watch Liverpool FC play live. And it's just so simple to be eligible. All you have to do is listen right now, because there's an equal chance for clients and non-clients. For non-clients, download the SC mobile app, open an account, start transacting. But for existing clients, just transact more to participate in this campaign. Remember, the more you transact, the more presents you gain in the basket for that final draw that selects the ultimate winner. And this is your chance to experience Anfield with your partner. There are other consolation prizes. Open that account and transact now to watch Liverpool FC play live at Anfield. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Standard Chartered, here for
good. Now you ready to treat your callers to good tunes while you win incredible rewards and points by purchasing, renewing, copying, or gifting your favorite caller tunes. And you can also win amazing prizes based on your total accumulated points. Yep, build as many points as possible, and you can win tons of data to stay connected to the things you love, or you can win an amazing 10,000 Ghana Cedi cash prize to splash on your favorite things. It's the perfect way to entertain your callers with music and get rewarded at the same time. Start collecting your caller tunes points today. Visit callertunes.mtn.com.gh. Yes, or just dial *1355# to get started on the MTN Caller Tunes service. Promo lasts till the very 7th of November 2023. Of course, terms and conditions apply. Do you know your caller tune?
I don't know.
So yeah, then you have to start now. Yes.
No, I don't know, but maybe you should call me and then I will.
Yeah.
Maybe I use your phone to call myself.
Anyway.
Well, look, do you like watching sports and betting? You'd definitely be interested in the offer of the world's famous bookmaker. 1xBet with high odds and a huge selection of sports events and a cool mobile app. Right now, 1xBet is offering a 300% first deposit bonus. Sign up, use the promo code BETG and get a bonus of up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. 1xBet has license to operate in Ghana, so you don't have to worry about your fan safety. Join millions of 1xBet players worldwide and win big. Let's now get into the world of sports. Daniel Cranting is here. Daniel, over to you.
Let's start off with the Ghana Football Association, and they have strongly condemned acts of violence and misconduct that occurred at some match venues during the Premier League match day 6 games. Bofa Kwatano needed police escort in their game against Karela at the Aliu Mahama Stadium, while the Dr. Kwame Che Sports Complex was vandalized by fans in the game between Nations FC and Asante Kotoko. In a statement, the GFA assured the sporting public that there will be strong action from the appropriate organs of the association against culprits in accordance with the GFA disciplinary code and relevant competition regulations. Matchday 6 of the Ghana Premier League concluded yesterday with BBN Gold Stars held to an electrifying 2-2 home draw against Hearts of Lions. Let's hear from the two coaches first. Gold Stars boss Michael Osei.
Well, it was a very difficult and balanced game. We must be happy that we got 1 point because the opponent wasn't bad today. They get their tactics correct, and then at the end, I think we got 1 point, which we have to take it like that because it was a very difficult game. It's a game that we wanted to win. We were in good shape since we started the league. But sometimes that's football for you. It changes. It can come. I mean, then once a while you can flop. But all the same, we have to move on and make sure we better our tactics and then our game next game.
Hearts of Lions, with that result, picked up their 5th straight draw of the season, and their head coach Fatal Salifu was encouraged by his team's performance.
I must say I'm satisfied. At least, like I said earlier, it's better than coming to lose. So, of course, I'm very satisfied with the performance of my boys this evening. As a new entrance, of course, we know how the league goes for all new entrants, and we're still looking for our win. Of course, like I already mentioned in the first interview, that we played so well in most of our games. But it's just that the scoring is sometimes the challenge we have. But this evening, you can see that we utilized at least 2 of our chances. That gave us at least a point. We could have gone home without a point. But at least scoring today tells me that it is coming, of course. And I'm sure we'll be winning matches to come.
The African Football League continues later today with the second legs of the quarter-final. Simba, they drew at home 2-2 to Ali in that first leg, and they will travel to Cairo later today, hoping to sneak through. Their head coach is Kocha Robertinho. He spoke before the game.
Have a good future. Okay, about that I'm very happy because now I can use many players in second half. I have good players for support our team, for stay every time with a good balance because it's not easy. The last our opponent have too much experience in Champions League, in final experienced players. But about that, I told for everyone, congratulations for my players, congratulations for Simba, for fans, for everyone, because now it's not just Simba Sports Club, it's Tanzania football. It's for me, it's most important. I'm very happy, but the most important, have three words, is very important: confidence, talent, and personality.
In the day's other game, Sundowns, they are leading Petro Atletico by 2-0 from that first leg. Petro will be away in Mamelodi later today. Their head coach Alexander Santos spoke before today's game.
Of the first part of the quarterfinals was not enough to score and to get a better result. 2-0 for Mamelodi was very unfair for us, but in football there is no fair or unfair. Who score win, who doesn't score cannot win. And now we are in the half time of the quarterfinals. We need to go forward, take 1 goal, and then try to get the second goal. But this is difficult because Mamelodi Sundowns is one of the best teams in Africa.
Match day 3 of the UEFA Champions League continues later today. Galatasaray will host Bayern Munich. Inter Milan will be at home against RB Salzburg. There will be a game between Union Berlin and Napoli. Sevilla will take on Arsenal at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. And then ahead of that game, Mikel Arteta, who is Arsenal boss, he has backed goalkeeper David Raya to settle into his new number 1 role.
I don't know, it's depending where is that coming from. Someone from football, when errors are part of football and mistakes happen from defenders, for strikers and for goalkeepers for sure. I haven't seen that. If I'm fair, I haven't seen that, that's all.
He strikes you as being still as confident ever, because there seems like an extra pressure on him.
But that's the pressure of playing big clubs where you have to win and you have to be at your best and you have someone next to you that is pushing you every single day. But if we go play position by position, you will tell me what's happening at left back, what happens with the holding midfielder. Did you ask Jorginho a question already? And if Gabriel Jesus is here, is another question on that. That's the debate and that's the beauty of the game as well. And the fact that you have other options is going to make those talks more frequent as well.
Elsewhere, Portuguese side Braga will host Real Madrid. Lens will take on PSV. Benfica will take on Real Sociedad. And Manchester United will take on FC Copenhagen. It will be United's first appearance at home since the passing of Sir Bobby Charlton. United boss Erik ten Hag wants his team to win in honor of the Manchester United and England great.
You have to win every game, but if you see the group, if you lose the first 2 games, definitely you have to win, definitely. And is first we want to win and to tribute Sir Bobby Charlton, but also you want always to do that in a certain way, and that is what we are aiming for. But it's not always possible. In football, sometimes you don't play that well, but then still you have to find a way to win. And so I was happy Saturday that we could show tribute by a win, but also the way we scored that second goal.
Manchester United have lost their opening 2 games in the competition so far and sit bottom of Group A. But one bright spark this season in this season's competition has been Rasmus Højlund, who has scored 3 times in the opening 2 games. The Dane will be facing the side that gave him his first senior appearance as a professional, and Ten Hag believes he will be motivated to deliver a top performance tonight.
When you have a little bit so empathic ability, then you know it's a special game for him. He grew up there in this club, and then you know he will be highly motivated. But that's for me, for the team, but especially of course for him to send that in the right direction, the right balance.
That game will be live on Joy and Hits FM later tonight, with commentary coming from George Addo Jr. and Gary Al Smith. In the Premier League, and Tottenham Hotspur returned to the top of the table as goals from Son Heung-min and James Maddison comfortably saw Fulham in a 2-0 win. Spurs have made an impressive start to life under Ange Postecoglou, and captain Son Heung-min believes the absence of Harry Kane has played out positively for the side.
Still, I think long way to go, so we stay humble, we stay on the ground, so there's many games to play, so work really hard to get in this position. But I think we work hard from the pre-season that we want to have improve from last year. I think we talk about this. I think when you have the best player on your team and historical, but he leaves, and then everyone has to take responsibility, and then everyone have to step up, and that's why I think sticking more together, I think that brings more the positive energy to the team and to the clubs, and I think everyone just now understanding really, really well.
Tottenham Hotspur captain Son Heung-min bringing an end to Sports Centre. My name is Daniel Cranting. Back to you, Winston.
Yes, Daniel, thank you. So, Arsenal, what is Arteta saying? Is he going to bring back Ramsdale or what?
I don't think so.
He won't bring back Ramsdale.
No, Raya will catch.
Yeah, and the House of Oak says that the goal scoring problem is Ghana.
It's Ghana, it's not
But that one we all know. No, but the man says that House of Oak, they've scored what? 1 goal in 5 matches.
1 goal in 5. They've blanked in 4.
No, you see, I don't.
1 goal in 5 matches.
I don't support House of Oak, but in all fairness, this is true. We all know that for a fact. What is the way are we?
You played 5 games. You scored 1 goal.
Winston,
no, we actually discussed
this season that has
McTominay. He scored 3 goals in the league.
Yes.
House of Oak, 1 goal.
The entire team, 22 or what we were about one team.
Now the coach says that it is not his problem because Ghana Our wingers don't score goals.
But it's true.
Our strikers don't score goals.
We had the same problem with even what?
Makotoko scored 2 goals in the last game.
No, we are talking about.
Makotoko scored 2.
Nations FC
Other
scored
teams
2
are
goals.
scoring.
So why is House of Oak not scoring?
Okay,
no,
so
see, House of Oak is closer to the capital. So
yes, yeah. They show the national picture.
National,
yeah.
Represents the national.
So the national picture is House of Oak.
It's House of Oak.
We are not scoring
We are
goals.
not scoring.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we beat Liberia 3-1.
Oh, that was only Liberia. We blanked against USA and Mexico. That's a true reflection of the national team.
Yes.
That guy should be sacked. That House of Oak.
No. But I mean, it's not true.
They should
We have
sack him.
complained about Black Star players not being able to score goal for God knows how long.
That's true.
When the man is reflecting the facts on the ground, just because the man is a Brony, people don't want to
They should
accept
sack him. They should sack him.
Yes.
No, this is not Chris Hutton. As for Chris
No,
Hutton's
it's not
problem,
Chris.
it's a different.
I'm talking about the House of Folk coach.
No, as for Chris Hutton's problem, it's a different. But as for the House of Folk coach,
No,
they should fire
this
him.
is what Chris wants to tell us, but he cannot tell us. Then the House of Folk coach is telling us the same thing.
And to so cast them change, I'm catching them from.
Yes, so he told his colleague, the House of Folk guy, too, because.
So the problem is a national problem. Anyway,
But do we have strikers? They say there's some striker, but you run around, then you fall down like 5 times.
Is it Naki Williams? Well, you have other players who are doing well. Someone is not.
Oh, please.
Anyway, guys, let's get on to Twitter. I don't know what your thoughts are, but hey, let's say Twitter. Let's get on to X. Use the hashtag JoySMS. Tell us what your thoughts are. If you're a Hearts of Oak fan, well, why not? One goal.
Do
5 games.
Or do we lack strikers? I think that's the ultimate question we should address as
Do
a
we lack
state.
strikers in Ghana? Let's find the Ghanaian strikers. Social media messages here on the Sun Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Ghana its commission test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health, and GTP Lifestyle.
Now, Franco Trading has taken delivery of some of the very wonderful things you want, Winston. CCTV camera with on-screen display and very easy configuration. Chest freezers. There's also the refrigerators. Then washing machines too. They also have all in stock all types of phones and accessories. Smart TVs within the range of 32 to 55 inches. Franco air condition, which is also from the range of 1.5, 2.0, and even straight down to 2.5 horsepower. Now enjoy up to 40% discounts online all in all of our shops nationwide. Download the Franco Trading app on Play Store or visit francotrading.com. And the caution is that do not pick that number you see when you just Google Franco Trading. Now call us on these numbers rather: 024-642-2338 or 055-5939-311. Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone papa.
And every day, you know, people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical emergencies, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you should always remember: *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank Money emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. When we stay with us, we'll be right back after these messages.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah. Download it, you gon' enjoy it. In my rhyming chain, in my rhyming chain. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show. Time now for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Hello and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts. The business community is calling on government to expedite talks with its external creditors in securing financing assurance in order for the country to get the second tranche of the International Monetary Fund bailout package ahead of the Christmas season. They are worried any delay of the disbursement could have a major impact on the exchange rate during the festive season. Meanwhile, the pressure on the Ghana cedi is expected to ease this week following the anticipated news of the $800 million cocoa syndication loan. And the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana has joined other business groups to press on government to review the 3 special tax measures introduced in the 2023 budget. That's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts.
Alright, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. Now, you're a salaried worker in need of financial support before your next paycheck. You need quick funds to solve urgent financial needs. CBG's payday loan is your answer. Access as much as 85% of your monthly salary in advance with a 30-day window for repayment and secure as much as 20,000 Ghana cedis in just 2 business days. And the best part is no need for collateral. Visit any of the 114 branches nationwide or kindly reach out to our contact center on 0302216000 or visit our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Email us on talktous@cbg.com.gh. For further inquiries, terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
Now, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is actually into the sales of ultra silent generators from 5 kVA to the alternatives that you should have there, 2,500 kVA, and undertake also maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also have in stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators, and also do what most people actually like, generator rentals.
Very important.
In fact, yeah, so you can actually use it for the period you want and return it. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, keep it. In East Legon, you can locate us on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Tom Rick Hotel in Tema, on Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead, and at Odoko, where they have the head office. It's number 77 Anointed House off the Odoko Malam Road. They have branches nationwide. Anointed, is the generator expert. Contact us on this hotline 0243 480 334. Anointed Electricals,
the generator experts. Raymond, a lot of people have started sending their messages already. Whether we have a striking problem in Ghana.
The national crisis on strike.
Striking problem. The Hasofo coach.
Yes.
Instead of minding his own business, Zuf Yasem.
Yes, it's diagnosing a national problem. We brought you to come and actually manage one team. You want to tell us our national problem? So we will be diagnosing the problem of the economy. Then we move on to about it. If you can't manage one team, you're extending it to other problems.
The president will remind him that because of freedom of speech, even diplomats are talking.
Yeah, but he's a football diplomat now. But he should see if he has solve the problem, immediate problem before nice. Yeah.
Raymond, we have a surprise in the house.
Yes, the manager is here.
Comms manager, communications manager.
Okay. I thought it was manager. Everybody manager is manager. Yes. Big manager.
Leila Pinto.
Hi,
yes.
hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing very well.
I'm good. It's good to see you.
I like your dreads. I want to do some.
Oh.
I used to do news review with Leila some time ago. You've not told them?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yes,
I haven't. We used to do. Yeah.
At where?
Right here.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She used to attack people a lot.
When you had Afro?
Yeah, when it was, at an appreciable level. When we were enjoying.
That's
How
true.
are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Raymond.
Yes,
it's good to see you. It's good to be
Well,
here.
yes,
It's always
yes.
nice to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Somebody's tagline, but that's okay.
you want to cause trouble for our lady.
You don't know that person.
Yeah.
Don't
Please,
worry.
it is your interest not to know.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yes, it's okay.
I take your advice.
Yeah.
But it's good to see you.
Yeah.
It's good
Same
to
here.
see
Same here. Same here.
you. Once in a while, it's good to see nice people. So we are glad that you decided to surprise us by passing through.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, good. We are the one for you.
We're the one for you.
Okay. Leila, so, I think that tomorrow you should pass through again.
Sure, yes.
We like your surprise. Pass through again tomorrow.
Yes. We want to make it weekly, so now start from tomorrow. Yeah.
Why not? It's always a pleasure to come by.
Most definitely.
I'll look forward to coming by tomorrow. So we make it properly.
We'll do it properly. Good to see you once again.
Good to see you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too then.
Thank you.
Anyway, big stories here on the Small Morning Show, brought to us by Vodafone. Further together, latest from your partner for life. And Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. Raymond, today our focus is on the taxes in this country. As we get ready for the 2024 budget, we asked that simple question. Isn't it about time we considered a reduction in taxes going into the 2024 fiscal year? Isn't it about time? Because today, a lot of things that we complain about, all the inflation that we talk about, is as a result of some of these huge taxes. And the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana is actually shared with us how these taxes are impacting us, isn't it?
Yes, and see, let's look at it from in the last few weeks, right? The AG has been telling government be deliberate and streamline current tax regime in 2024 budget. The same grouping also told the government that they should do a lot more to make sure that we have a proper taxing regime. We've also heard from the Bank of Ghana saying that port activities have declined. I mean, there could be several reasons for it, but that's an interesting one. There's also one about rollback high taxes to prevent businesses collapse and layoffs.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about these things, and Ghanaian consumers are paying more. The other time, I chronicled the 20 different taxes and levies that have been imposed on your imports. And that's giving a lot of people headache in the Republic of Ghana. In fact, we cannot presume that we hate taxes. No state can actually be properly organized without taxes. I don't know where they're going to get the money from. But it's how you do it. It's whether or not your taxation is progressive and not retrogressive. That's actually what was the crux of our conversation. Do we have progressive taxation in Ghana? Are we heading the either? And let's not get it wrong. GRA does not what they call it tell us our tax laws. They only implement it.
Exactly.
Our target in this conversation is to the people that generate, write, and actually put together these laws. They are the ones who impose the taxes on us. They are the ones who insist on having a certain taxation regime. And we have agreed that, what they call it, tax to GDP should head to 20% in the short to medium term, right? If that is our vision, how are we going to go about it? Are we going to push it all on the people already paying taxes? Or are we going to, they call it dipping. Are we going to dip in the tax net? Or are we going to expand the tax net? That's the crux of our conversation.
And Raymond would have that conversation this morning.
Yes.
I mean, once you talked, I looked at someone's import duty.
Yeah.
So, I saw that import, duty is 10%. Import VAT. Now, watch this carefully. The import duty, the person had to pay some 15,000, and the import VAT alone is 27,000. Just think about it.
Wow.
Import VAT.
Wow.
Oh, and that's not all. A lot of them. You have import excise duty, processing fee, and then you have network charge, withholding tax on import, disinfection fee.
Yes, at the ports.
At the ports. That's not all. I mean, there's a lot of taxes. We'll go into all of it.
Yeah.
But first,
now, amazing news. Vodafone Cash Special Bundle. It just got sweeter with a new Vodafone Cash Special Voice offer with only 5 Ghana cedi. You get 200 minutes. 200 good minutes of talk time, which is valid for 7 days to all networks. Make calls to all networks all week long at the very best value on Vodafone Cash Special Voice offer. Talk for 200 minutes with just 5 Ghana cedi only. Available on Vodafone Cash. You need to dial *110# to purchase your bundle, or visit my Vodafone app to make your purchase. Connect with your loved ones with the Vodafone Cash special bundle. Just 5 Ghana cedi. Then translates into 200 good minutes of wonderful talk time for you.
I like that.
Yeah, very interesting and exciting one.
Yeah,
you can solve all your talk problems within a week.
I tell you. But folks, let's get on to X. Let's get on to WhatsApp. WhatsApp number 05511119997. The Hassofo coach says Ghana has a striker problem. It's not Hassofo. He said our wingers and strikers don't score goals. In fact, the national team played against Mexico and US, conceded 6 goals, didn't even score a goal. So it's not a Hassofo problem.
Is this significantly different from the very conditioning that when you say, oh, we are really suffering in this country, inflation is through the roof and all of that, then the response is that, oh, it's an international problem. All over the world, the economy is not working. So we are just a reflection of the international problem. And that Ukraine, oh, recently there's also been Israel and Gaza. Yeah. So Ukraine and co are the ones causing our problems. We can't blame a local Ghanaian problem on the international world. Is it different from the Hassofo coach saying that the Hassofo problem is a national problem? It is not limited to Hassofo.
Listen to him. Listen to the Hassofo.
Look, there is a deep problem in Ghana football. I will tell you in short time.
What is the problem?
The problem is also in the national team, wingers and strikers. I keep it saying, and it's not only with us, also in the national team, also in the other clubs. And then you say, yeah, other clubs score. Reality say we have 5 points. Yeah, what can I tell? We will do everything to win games. Actually, they must come and look how we work with the boys. And I think I am not the problem. And also not the players. They give everything. But we need experience and we need actually a goal. And then we step over the problem.
You don't score a lot of goals.
Yes.
Your wingers and strikers in Ghana, they don't score goals.
Statement of fact.
Well, that's the problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Ever visited a shop, picked a whole basket of provisions, toiletries, and very essential things you need, battled a long queue to finally pay, only to be told you can't pay to a merchant number the way that thing they pay, but with Vodafone Cash there is no problem. Now on Vodafone Cash you can pay all merchants on all networks, easy peasy, straight, direct, sharp from your Vodafone Cash wallet to any merchant number on other networks. So whether you are buying provisions or fuel, medication or food, whatever the service or need, just pay conveniently from Vodafone Cash to any merchant number. Simply dial *110# to make payment to merchants on other networks today.
Vodafone. Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Under the auspices of the Munich Re Foundation and the Microinsurance Network, the National Insurance Commission, in collaboration with the Ghana Insurance Association and the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, are hosting the International Conference on Inclusive Insurance. It's official. The 19th International Conference on Inclusive Insurance is coming to Accra, Ghana from October 23rd to 27th, 2023. Over 400 experts from 50 countries will discuss ways of accelerating the growth and economic viability of inclusive insurance for emerging markets. Welcome to Accra, Ghana, an unforgettable experience of warmth, unique culinary delicacies, vibrantly colorful people with great strength and character. Welcome to Beguiling Ghana.
Some banks treat you like this. Others like this. But at Access Bank, we treat you like this.
Why settle for less when the best customer experience starts and ends at Access Bank? We are always on call all week from Monday to Sunday to offer you the best financial advice and solutions. It's not just talk, it's about time you experience it too. Visit any Access Bank branch today or call us toll free 0800 00 4400.
Access Bank, more than banking.
Hey, Cashman!
Yeah!
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah!
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Wow!
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us. Okay.
Yes, if you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service. Hey, then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
About 1/3 of a million people live with HIV in Ghana. Close to 10,000 of them die each year, mostly as a result of a lack of antiretroviral drugs and adherence. In fact, close to 57% of children under 14 years living with HIV do not receive antiretroviral drugs, again as a result of inadequate funds to provide them with medication.
Life expectancy for these children is grim. The big worry: close to 16,300 people are newly infected with HIV each year. With this alarming rate of HIV infections, all of us are in danger, and Ghana is headed for an epidemic explosion if nothing is done now to avert it. While the Ghana AIDS Commission is working hard to overturn the situation, the Commission urgently needs funding support from corporate Ghana and individuals to save lives. We're therefore appealing to you, corporate entities and individuals, to support the National HIV and AIDS Fund by dialing *9898# on MTN and Vodafone and follow the prompts, or pay into the National HIV and AIDS Fund account number 101-863-161-3233, Bank of Ghana. Your donation will be used to prevent new infections and provide care for people living with HIV, including children affected by AIDS. For further information, please call Ghana AIDS Commission on 0302 919260 or email info@ghanaids.gov.gh. Give to save a life today. Ghana AIDS Commission, partnering to eliminate HIV and AIDS.
Hello. We've all been there doing something dangerous to our teeth and suffering the consequences. Now, in that moment, you wish you hadn't, right? It's another episode of Time with the Dentist. I'm your dentist, Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this program is sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association. Today, let's talk about a few of the things that we do to our teeth and subject our mouth to that are harmful. Some of these habits have been with us for so long that they have become a part of us. But there's no habit that you cannot break if you put your mind to it. The first is smoking. Smoking cigarette. Many of you, I'm sure, are aware of the harmful effect smoking cigarettes can have on the general health. But what you also need to know is that smoking is one of the most destructive habits for your oral health. It is one of the major causes of bad breath and teeth discoloration due to the tar and nicotine present in it, and also the increased buildup of tartar and plaque that it causes. Other effects on your oral health include gum disease, which progresses faster in smokers compared to non-smokers, and we all know by now that gum disease can lead to tooth loss. Nicotine in cigarettes reduces the flow of blood to tissues of the mouth, and good blood flow is needed for healing following surgical procedures like when you have your tooth taken out. So in effect, smoking can delay healing in the mouth. There can also be loss of density of the jawbone, inflammation of the salivary glands, which will lead to decrease in salivation, and very soon we will learn the importance of saliva to our oral health. Lastly, smokers are more at risk of developing oral cancer. To those of us who smoke, it certainly can't be an easy habit to quit, but with the necessary help, you can. Don't wait until it's too late. The second poor habit is the use of our teeth as tools. Whether opening bottles with our teeth, ripping packages, cutting fabrics, or holding objects with our teeth, you are putting yourself at risk of cracking, chipping your teeth, or even injuring your gums. Especially to our tailors and dressmakers, fisher folks, carpenters, who tend to use the teeth as tools at work. Let's do well to put a stop to the habit. Our dear mechanics who use their mouth to siphon fuel from car tanks using rubber tube. You're exposing your mouth, including your teeth, to very toxic substance, which can erode the tooth surface. Accidentally swallowing or aspirating the substance can also be very harmful to other parts of your body. The last poor habit I would like to talk about is brushing your teeth too hard, and especially with a hard bristled toothbrush. While we encourage you to brush your teeth often, please use a soft to medium bristled toothbrush, like the Pepsodent toothbrushes. These are gentle on your teeth and gums and are also able to clean hard to reach areas of the mouth. Let's stop brushing aggressively. This list is not exhaustive. There are others, like crushing ice with the teeth, biting your nails, and grinding the teeth. Tooth discoloration is when the perceived color of the tooth looks deviated from normal. And what is normal? So the teeth typically are very white in very young children, off-white in adults, and whitish yellow as you age. When you use your teeth as openers, you can crack or chip your tooth. This can affect your smile. Your teeth will look unaesthetic, it could feel sensitive, and depending on how bad the chip is, you could even feel pain and eventually lose your tooth. Bad habits are not easy to break, but can be broken. Let's put in every effort to stop these poor oral habits. Remember to always brush your teeth twice daily with a fluoride toothpaste like Pepsodent, and visit the dentist regularly. Your teeth will thank you. This campaign is proudly brought to you by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
Right, this is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and this morning we're having a broad conversation about taxation in this country. I'm sure you may have seen, the statement by the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana complaining about, the increasing taxes on their products. And because of these taxes, they've complained that it's become very, very difficult to serve you. But even as we have that conversation, we ask that simple question. So the idea of taxation includes wealth distribution. How are we, through taxation, distributing wealth in this country? All this time, based on the duties on, for instance, a staple like rice, how well have we used these funds to actually grow our domestic producers of rice to be able to take over? Is it a case of where can we tax? Where can we raise revenue? All about revenue generation and not much about the distribution of wealth? This morning, right here on the Super Morning Show, we're having that all-important conversation on using tax as a critical tool in building our economy, not revenue generation. We're talking about using taxation. So, for instance, if we agree that agriculture is the way to go, how are we developing agriculture? How are we ensuring that our farmers are better off today? We're having all of that conversation, but also we ask that question, is it possible? Can we just, as a people, decide that enough of these ad hoc measures and time to comprehensively plan, and so we're starting afresh? In any case, last year, we exceeded revenue target by some 5.2%. And this year, we're not doing badly at all. So why this whole conversation about an increased tax to GDP? Why this whole conversation about Ghanaians not paying taxes? Bearing in mind that a lot of the taxes we collect, that we focus so much on indirect taxes. The question is that not an indication that when it comes to the collection of direct taxes, we may be failing as a country, hence focusing on indirect taxes? This morning, we're joined by the President of the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana, John Awini, who joins us via Zoom. Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. is President, Hoteliers Association of Ghana. He's joining us on phone. And Joseph Obeng is President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, also joining us via Zoom. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Great, we'll get into the conversation shortly, but first, a wise man once said, don't just make money, make a difference. And at APSA, we believe in helping you make a difference through our personal loans. With an APSA personal loan, you can get up to 500,000 collateral-free loan to finance your personal projects with a flexible payment plan of up to 7 years, fixed and competitive interest rates. The APSA personal loan is just what you need to open the door to the life you deserve. Visit the nearest APSA branch or call your personal banker to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity, that's APSA. Terms and conditions apply.
That one is in a lifestyle experience that everybody on this earth should have is that Safari Valley Eco Park, which is introducing the Safari Wildlife Experience. This is experience for a lifetime by creating an environment that fosters the harmonious cohabitation of forest, water, humans, and wildlife such as zebra, sable, antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, Patagonian Mara, and many others which has not seen yet, where everyone can come and experience these majestic creatures at the starting price of 250 cedi, and it's free for children up to 6 years. This is only 1 hour drive from Accra, and it opens from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day. All that you need to do is visit the Safari Valley Eco Park with your friends and family today for the thrill of a lifetime. And yes, I'm advising you that you have to set off early and be there because you need every second of your stay. You may be tempted to sleep over anyway. For more information, visit safarivalleyresort.com. Check out Safari Valley on Instagram or call this number 059 691 4394 059 691 4394. This is an experience that you can never miss. In fact, you can't turn 60 without having experienced the wonderful Safari Valley wildlife experience. Yeah, I mean, people travel outside the country for similar experience. People go and pay so much. So put all your savings into one. Head there, but this is just more 250 Ghana.
When I was in Cape Town the last year, they took us to where penguins were.
Penguins.
So if you can get all the things also in Ghana.
Patagonian Mara.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've got some delicious news to share with you. Yeah, news that is very delicious. Because imagine a biscuit made from real cereal, packed with wholesome oats and grains containing less sugar. This biscuit is not only a treat for your taste buds, but also a nutritious option for all ages. I'm talking about Macberry Breakfast Cereal. Macberry Breakfast Cereal Biscuit can be enjoyed at any time of the day, particularly at breakfast, with any beverage of your choice. It's delicious, nutritious, and affordable. It's made with whole grain oats packed with fiber and real cereals with less sugar. So worry no more. With Macberry Breakfast Cereal, your kids have the perfect snack they can take to school. Beware of imitation. Remember to go for the original Macberry Breakfast Cereal Biscuit and start your day with a smile. Macberry Breakfast Cereal, goodness for your morning. This is FDA approved.
Now, Africa World Airlines is celebrating its 11th anniversary, and they've introduced a new mobile app for passengers. The app allows users to book flights, manage reservations, and make payments conveniently. It's available on both iOS and Android. The airline expresses gratitude for the support of its passengers over the years and looks forward to many more memorable journeys together. For more information, though, you can reach our call center at +233 242 438888 or toll free 0800 200 200 0800 200 200 or visit our website at flyafricaworld.com. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
Setting the tone, he talks about how he's paid his gardener to till the soil and everything. He's paid his bodyguard to protect him. But there's one man he pays, he doesn't know why he's paying him, and that person is the taxman. Taxes impacting and hurting your business.
Basically, let me establish the fact that every country can develop very well through taxation, by taking money from the citizens. The government doesn't manufacture money, the government does not conjure money. So for government to provide the necessary facilities for development, such as good roads, electricity, good water, medicals, education, and all that you can think about, it can only do that through the taxes that it raises from the citizens. So it must be established that taxes are very, very, very important, and we admire the developed world, and most of us travel down there to tour and to also have medical attention, because there are citizens who willingly pay taxes, happily pay taxes, and the leaders use the taxes for the right thing. So that must be well established. But having said that, let me say that clearly.
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead. If Mr.
Let
Williams,
me establish the fact that the taxes are really the level of the strategy of taxation in the country, particularly for the private sector, which is said to be the engine of growth of the country, has not really helped well. The private sector is not doing well. The private sector.
hello, Mr. Awuni. Well, let me move to Dr. Akanyamike. Mr. Awuni, we seem to be having a challenge with you. Dr. Edward Akanyamike. So, I mean, Mr. Awuni has made the point. You need to pay these taxes. Why does it look like for many of you, you have concerns all the time when you have to pay taxes?
Thank you once again, Winston. And I'm happy with the premise that Mr. Winnie has established, because right-thinking citizen wouldn't have issues with the payment of taxes. Probably it's how it's been administered, which is the challenge. But from the angle of the Ghana Hotels Association, we usually expand the argument to look at statutory payments in general. Because if you isolate only taxes, you are looking at just a small part of the picture. We look at the broader picture of statutory payments. It is when you have looked at all of these statutory payments, some of which I will mention briefly, then you realize that if you discuss only taxes alone without looking at the bigger picture, you are harming the private businesses, which is what is going on. Now, Winston, the hotel industry is a heavily regulated one. So we have regulatory payments to the MMDAs in the form of business operating permit. We have something called suitability report. And then we are also regulated by GPA. We pay license fees, Environmental Protection Agency, Ghana National Fire Service, the Food and Drugs Authority, and the Data Protection Commission. Beyond that, we also have the entertainment aspect, which relates to copyright royalty. By law, there's a Copyright Act, and we are enjoined as users of copyright work to also pay something to the copyright management organizations, like the Ghana Music Rights Organization and Audiovisual Society of Ghana. That's also statutory payment. And then we move on to the property rate. And property rate has become an issue because with the declaration of the property rate payment, it has seen some serious astronomical increase. And that is why it has become a big issue. That is also a statutory payment which is part of the picture. Then when we get to the taxes you are talking about today, we have a host of them. We have the value-added tax, NHIL, we have the GET fund, and we have the COVID-19 as well. And of course, we also pay 1% to the Ghana Tourism fund. Then we also have the corporate tax on top of all that, and recently is a sustainability tax. So that goes with tax. Then we have insurance. We are enjoined to insure our premises. That is statutory payment. You go to pension. We are supposed to contribute 13.5% to staff pension. That is also statutory payment. Okay. Now, when you put all these together and you run the model of input and output, waiting, it is no joke. And that is why we think that every small increase in any tax or any additional tax hurts businesses so much. And when we do that without looking at the big picture, like I've tried to paint here, then we have a serious challenge. And that is why we continue to complain and talk about these taxes, because we should look at the big picture. And then we'll get it right.
Let's look at the big picture briefly. So, I mean, based on your analysis, if you put together all these levies and statutory payments, and the taxes that you pay, what is that? I mean, how much does it amount to as a cost component of your business?
It will be difficult to tell because, I am the president of the Ghana Hotels Association and I represent the operations from the budget, the very simple hotels, to the much bigger upmarket hotels. We have various components when it comes to these businesses. Now, one of the major issues in our work is utility. Of course, those are not taxes, it's based on consumption anyway, but it forms a very big chunk of our business, which goes to about 20%. And then the regulatory fees, you can strike it about 5 to 7%. Then you have the taxes. Again, the taxes are based on the input, because VAT you only charge it when you have a case. But when it comes to the GTA license regulatory, those ones, whether you have guests or not, you still have to get those.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to tell exactly the component of the revenue that is attributed to these different segments.
Okay.
But I can tell you for a fact that the profit margin of the hotels have dwindled over the years. I mean, for the past 10 years, it has really dwindled, and that is because the cost of operation continues to increase from all these statutory payments.
Great. Can you hold on for me? Let me bring in Joseph Obeng, who is president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. Joseph Obeng, you heard John Awuni. He's made the point that you all appreciate that these taxes are needed to develop this country. So why are you complaining? I mean, you all want the good roads. You want all the good things that you see outside this country. So why there's no complaint about the taxes are too much, when they're supposed to be helping in the development of the country?
Yeah, taxes are very important, and it will help the growth of the country. And we are all very patriotic citizens. It should not be said that we are not patriotic, and that's what normally is just being made to look like. No, we understand that we have to pay our taxes, but taxes should be affordable. We don't have to be overpriced out of taxation. We don't have to be overburdened of taxation. You see, even when we are doing economics, we are not. Our economy is not in isolation. Our economy is situated among the nations in West Africa, and when they say that our tax to GDP in the sub-region, ours is the lowest. Why is this so? Because the other neighboring countries, their taxes are affordable. They are not as many as we are paying here, and that compliance is high. The key to enhancement of revenue is on enhanced compliance, and here we are not looking at that aspect. All that we are doing is to pile up these taxes on just a few recognizable taxpayers who otherwise are growing. That we have to put all these taxes on. And so, yes, taxes are very necessary, but we have to do it in the right way. We have to make taxes simple. We have to make taxes affordable so that it will enhance compliance. That will give us more revenue. And then also, we have to be prudent with our expenditure patterns. If we are not prudent with our expenditure, we will pay all the taxes and it will not match up with the GDP that we are talking about. If you raise the expenditure so high, then of course what you are receiving will become negligible for you. So we have to adopt prudence in our expenditure management. And so it's not that we are not doing our best. For the past 5 years, we have been achieving our revenue target and increasing it. And so what is the case here? If we are achieving our revenue patterns and targets, it means that the trading community are not doing badly. The business community are not doing badly. It's either if you want to enhance on your revenue, you expand the tax net so that you do not cripple those who are already paying. It's as simple as that. So we are simply overburdened with these taxes, and if you have to go through the true state of doing business in Ghana now, then you understand what we are talking about. Capital have been depleted by over 50% by the effect of the exchange rate during the last quarter of the year 2022. Our capitals have been depleted. Ghanaian businesses are saddled with numerous taxes because of the IMF program that we entered. We have to contend with high interest rates.
How is that impacting you?
And, hello?
How is that impacting your business?
It's impacting negatively. We are being uncompetitive in the sub-region. Our turnover have been curtailed because the business that we do it in conjunction with our consuming public. Inflation has eaten up the purchasing power of our consumers, and that they are unable to buy much as they used to buy, thereby curtailing our turnover. When turnover goes down, it means that we are unable to service our debts.
But Mr. Obing, you transfer, Mr. Obing, to be fair, you as a businessman, you transfer these taxes to the consumers. So why are you making it look like you're not transferring it to us? We should be the ones complaining.
No, it's not always the case, because if your consumer is unable to buy the quantities that you used to buy, because ours is not for more profit, ours is turnover. Any business thrives on turnover. So if you make your prices high, or inflation have made your prices high, it's to our disadvantage. It is never to our advantage, because then the consumer is not able to buy the number of products that he used to buy. If say you used to buy 10 products with the same amount of money, this time the same amount of money can only buy about 4. What it means is that your turnover is curtailed and you are unable to service your suppliers and then also pay your debt. So it's never true that when prices, we keep on piling the prices to the consumer is helping. Business does not thrive on that.
Okay.
Business thrives where the consumer is also having the purchasing power to patronize your produce. If prices are extremely high to the fact that they are unable to buy, then what are we doing?
So let me get you clear.
It does not even help the state itself in this quest to enhance on its revenue targets.
Let me get you clearly. You're saying that even though your cost is going up, you are unable to pass on the total cost because of the current economic conditions and the situations within which your consumers find themselves. In effect, you're suggesting that you've had to bear some of the cost, resulting in low turnover, resulting to reduced profit, because you don't want to pass everything on to the consumer. Is that the case?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say, because don't forget that we are in a serious competition, not only in Ghana, but also in competition with our traders or importers in the neighboring countries. You know how even Ghanaians go to Togo and buy goods. They don't buy the goods from Ghanaian importers because our prices have become so high. And then the goods that they go to Togo to buy is not made in Togo goods. They are also imported the same way that we also import. So we are ceding up our business to that of Togo, Nigeria, and elsewhere. And even within Ghana, competition will not allow you to overprice yourself out of competition. And in this case, you look on. Once your capital is dwindling because you cannot even sell at a price that will make you break even. That's exactly what I'm telling you. So the whole situation does not even help businesses. That's why we keep on. Otherwise, why do we say if you pass on all the costs to consumers, why do you continue to say that our businesses are collapsing? Let me tell you, even when it comes to manufacturing sector, where we all admit that we have to produce locally. The oil that is being produced by the edible oil that is being produced in Ghana here cannot be sold because of competition coming from another company that is being produced, that is doing production in Togo. But their cost of production is very low, and they send all their goods to Ghana to buy instead of us patronizing the goods that have been manufactured in Ghana. So if the taxes are more, you are not helping the growth of businesses. You are not helping the competitiveness of businesses, and you are destroying the economy at that. And that's what we are saying. That's why we are pushing that we reduce the taxes so that we can also at least become competitive and then do our business where the consuming public will also have the respite and then the ability to also patronize our goods.
Great. I'll get back to you, Joseph Obing, as president of the Ghana Union of Traders Associations. That's GUTA. We also have the president of the Hoteliers Association of Ghana, Edred Akanyamike Jr., and John Awuni, who is president of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. Let me get to you, John Awuni, as we have this conversation about how the taxes are impacting your business. So you've talked about, you say we need these taxes, but I've seen your press statement. You've complained. You're telling us that but for the taxes you pay, for instance, milk, evaporated milk would be 8 Ghana cedis. Now it's 15.5 Ghana cedis. You've talked about spaghetti. All of these would have been very low but for taxes. So in one instance, you're complaining. In another instance, you're telling us we need them. Could you explain?
No, well, clearly it is true, and we all acknowledge, like I said earlier, that we clearly need money, taxes from the citizens in order to develop. No government can develop without citizens paying the right taxes. But when you get to the situation where you have tax officers sitting at the doorsteps of businesses to collect money, then it defies one of the canons of taxation, which states that the tax must be convenient. And that what it means is that clearly you are reaching unsustainable non-compliance level of your taxation. That's why you have to send your tax officers to sit down at the doorsteps of businesses in order to collect taxes. Every week, literally, the market, the GRA compliance units go out with officers. Sometimes they go out with media personnel from shop to shop, harassing people to collect monies. And when it gets to that level, it is not. You are getting to unsustainable levels. So we are saying that clearly, much as like Dr. Obin has made the whole case, businesses strive on the rate of turnover, not on the profit. If you make 1,000 cedis on one car that you sell, and then you sell only one car in a year, and then you make also 50 cedis on a car, and you can sell 1,000 of those cars in a year, you make more money than selling one car in a year. Every business thrives on the rate of turnover. But what you observe is that, my brother, for over the years, Ghana has sought to raise the revenue just from very few people and from increased taxes. Look, the VAT started in 1995. We were all part of it. The demonstrations, Kumi Preko, CME Preko, WME Preko, all those ones. It started with 17.5, came down to 10, and today where we are is 15.5%, in addition to many other taxes. We introduced COVID-19 levy 1%, and if you may say 1% is negligible, but when you deal with volumes, that is serious. That's the serious amount of money that you are dealing with. Today, COVID doesn't exist, yet the government is still bent on going ahead with that level of taxation. Look, let me make a point that because maybe we do not have enough time, but the taxes are just so numerous that we are not complaining typically as businessmen, but we are complaining as citizens. And the private sector can really not develop.
Hello, John Awuni. Hello, John. Okay, looks like we've lost John Awuni. John Awuni, who is the president of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. You also heard from Joseph Obing, who is president of the Ghana Union of Traders Associations, and Edward Akanyamike Jr., who is president of the Hoteliers Association. When we return after these messages, we'll continue the conversation. We'll get to, Jonah, who says he's not speaking as business, but he's speaking as citizens of Ghana, that the taxes are just too much. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID, no savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Welcome to Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Here are some tips to keep you safe in the digital space as we embark on a journey to safeguard our digital lives together. Be wary of suspicious web links on social media, often embedded in lucrative offers. Verify the security and reputation of websites before inputting sensitive information. Use a virtual private network (VPN) application for added online privacy. Report cybersecurity incidents promptly to the Cybersecurity Authority by dialing 292. This message is brought to you by the Cybersecurity Authority in partnership with E-Crime Bureau with support from the Pan-African E-Commerce Initiative of GIZ, funded by the German government.
My people, bring your bantemo!
Hey, sir!
Yes! Activa Insurance Group is 25 years.
Hooray!
And they are rewarding customers with fantastic prizes in the Activa Bronya Bantem promo. Insure now and win big!
Bronya Bantem Ampa!
Yes, from now till December 15th, win big in the Activa Bronya Bantam promo. Buy or renew your insurance policy and win a weekend vacation, smartphone, TV, and other home appliances. Just dial *713*313# or visit any Activa Insurance office nationwide for your insurance policy. This promotion is in partnership with Malcolm and is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Activa Group, 25 years with you and more to come. Activa Insurance, our clients, our passion.
Charlie, Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue?
Calm down. I'm sure you'll be here soon. Oh, guys. Sorry I'm late. Koti babbed me for road. Sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan. Hey, you make Koti Bab you say if you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Hubtel. And best of all, you can set a reminder to renew. Simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. Edemu, Charlie, see. Edemu, insurance can Edemu one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie, as for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hubtel.com/app to download your Hubtel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtel is everything you.
My Pension, My Future. The National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, in partnership with the Ministry of Employment, Labor Relations and Pensions, brings you the National Pensions Fair 2023. All roads lead to the Pensions Fair at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA 4 Court, from Monday 23rd to Wednesday 25th October, 10 a.m. each day. Theme, My Pension, My Future. The 3-day fair brings all stakeholders together for the advancement of pensions in the country. The Pensions Fair will educate attendees on the 3-tier scheme. This is a great opportunity for the employed and self-employed, as well as the informal sector workers to learn about how they can plan for their retirement. Sponsors are Ghana Link, Blue Skies, Gihawk, Belacqua, Hisense, Twillium Industries, and the Chamber of Corporate Trustees. NPRA, ensuring retirement income security.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And thank you very much for staying with us. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning we're having a conversation about taxation, its impact on businesses, and also a broader aspect of the conversation about, wealth redistribution. We'll get into that aspect shortly. But get ready to treat your callers to good tunes while you win incredible rewards and points by purchasing, renewing, copying, or gifting your favorite caller tunes. And you win amazing prizes based on your total accumulated points. Yep, build as many points as possible. And you win tons of data to stay connected to the things you love, or you can win an amazing 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize to splash on your favorite things. It's a perfect way to entertain your callers with music and get rewarded at the same time. Start collecting your caller tunes today. Visit callertunes.mtn.com.gh, spelled CALLERTUNEZ, or just dial *1355# to get started on the MTN caller tune service. Promo runs till the 7th of November 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Now we talk about water all the time because, in fact, without water, life is impossible. But what do you really know about the water you consume? With Vena purified water, you're not only guaranteed the pleasure of satisfying your thirst with, but you also assure the water that is purified using a series of filtration. That's a word you like a lot. Reverse osmosis, UV sterilization, and ozonation to meet the standard quality your body needs. With over 100k bottles consumed every single day, Vena purified water has gained acceptance as the #1 water brand in Ghana today. Now, with every bottle of Vena Purifier you consume, we surely will be directing your contribution to impacting lives through the Vena Changing Lives initiative. From its orphanage project to drilling boreholes, surgery payments, and payment for fees for brilliant but needy students, Vena Purified Water continues to support many beneficiaries each year to change their lives for the better. Share the love, get a bottle of Vena Purified Water, and enjoy the pure, refreshing taste. Vena Purified Water is also recommended by the Ghana Medical Association. Vena Purified Water, changing people's lives. This advert is FDA approved.
Great. So welcome back. Let's get into the conversation. Still have John Awuni, President, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Edward Akanyamika Jr., President, Hoteliers Association, and Joseph Obing, President, Ghana Union of Traders Association. Mr. Awuni, yes, conclude on your point before we get to the way forward. I mean, yes, you're making a point before we lost you. Please go ahead. Unmute your microphone. Please unmute your microphone so we can hear you.
I made a point that clearly we are not complaining as just business people. We are complaining as citizens of the nation. If, for instance, Dr. Obi, whatever business that he does, maybe let me not mention on live TV. But if, for instance, you are selling bread Yes, you can't eat all your bread all the time. You also will need to go and buy kinky. You will need to go and buy cables. If you want to build, you will need to buy cement. So we are consumers as well. So when we come out and we are talking, we just have to be, we are just set as voices of the voiceless, and also as citizens, patriotic citizens, so that together we can see how we can model and run our country for the betterment of the country. We all have understanding, and clearly, no government can achieve any reasonable, sustainable level of development without the private sector doing well. How many people can the government employ? The government is the biggest spender. Yes, they are the biggest spender, but they are not the biggest employer. It's the private sector that employs. And when the private sector is not doing well, then the country tends to be in a serious problem. And what we are seeing is that the private sector is not doing well. That's why we have a whole host of army of unemployed youth. And that's the time bomb the country is sitting on. And so our perspective is that as the government of the day begin to model their fiscal year budget, they must look at modalities, they must look at strategies, they must focus their attention on what they can do to energize the private sector. And we believe that for you to energize the private sector, you need to cut down your taxes. Don't just look at the whole option. In fact, the whole option of increasing taxes. Over the years, they have always said that yes, in fact, let's protect the private, let's protect the countries, let's protect the local industry by increasing taxes. If increment of taxes were the way to protect local industry, then we would have been very self-sufficient in chicken. We would have been self-sufficient in rice. We would have been self-sufficient in all other things that we are dealing with. But yet we are major net importers of major products. So the thing goes beyond increasing taxation up to the point where you can even pay about 100% on a bag of a product or on a box of a product. For instance, if you look at the landing cost of a bag of rice, the landing cost is like 400 cedis. At the end point, if you go to the Medina or Nima or any other market in this country, you will find out that the cost is like 700 cedis for perfumed and for 600 cedis for non-perfumed rice. This is about 100% tax on it. If you go to the hotel industry, hotel sector, you find out that the number of places hotels sell right now in their restaurant has reduced drastically because boys cannot afford plate of chicken and then of rice and chicken for their girlfriends again. Families are having troubles even taking their families out because you are thinking about how you can pay school fees. So this level of taxation brings a whole host of problems to individuals, to families, to communities. Because look, even as we speak now, the taxation you are talking about increasing taxes for corporate bodies, so we should not complain. The cake seller has increased his price of cake to the extent that a young man who wants to eat, have breakfast or lunch for cake, you can spend only a minimum of 20 cedis. Now we have a whole host of people earning less than 600 cedis a month. And if you are spending 20 cedis on cake for a meal for 30 days, you are spending 600 cedis. What would you be left to pay for rent? What would you be left to pay to buy water? And what? Water, the minimum you can spend on water right now is 30 cedis. And so if you earn national service allowances, how much? 700 cedis. If you post a national service person to Bunkurugu Yoyo, where he has never been, and he has to survive on his own there with the 700 cedis, how do you expect that national service personnel to survive without extorting money from students? And I have always said that for you to succeed as a government to fight corruption, you must begin to model policies that can engineer lower costs of living. The reason why many people in government institutions have privatized their debts to the extent that you cannot get any file pushed without paying money on it is that people have to adopt survival strategies. School fees is high.
Hold on that level. Let me just come in at this point. Yes, let me just come in at that point, Mr. Awuni. So you are saying, let me just get you clearly. You're saying that the taxes are too much. They're making things difficult for you. And so you want a review downwards of the taxes. Is that what you're asking for?
That is the clear message that we are saying, that there are a couple of taxes that will be removed. And clearly when this current government, without being political, When this current government was in opposition, they said no nation can tax its citizens to prosperity, quote and unquote. They also said that the nuisance taxes were going to be removed. Since when, how many nuisance taxes have been removed since they came in? In the very first budget that the Minister of Finance read when they came into power, they even addressed certain constituencies in Abosokwa. I said to my friends in Abosokwa, this kind of tax is removed. And there was, people just hailed and there was jubilation. But afterwards, things have turned around. So they themselves acknowledge that.
So which of these taxes do you want removed? Which of the taxes? You say you know the ones that...
COVID-19 must go. The expanded tax net they have put on fruit juices and whatever not must go. They must reduce the import duties and other levies at the port so that they can bring business to the port. Right now we have a whole host of smuggled goods, French label goods in the Ghanaian market. These goods came in through unapproved routes. And when you have underground economies thriving, then the economy is in serious jeopardy. They can remove they can clearly remove the presidential. They have the profit sustainability tax. That is double taxation. Tax on profit before tax. Why can it doesn't for me? I'm sorry, but it doesn't just make any economic sense. Network charges can be reviewed downwards. Clearly the duties, presidential special levy, it can be removed. Look, Raymond, please let us be mindful that it is not only central government that is increasing the taxes. As central government increases taxes year by year, the local government level, the municipalities, the regulatory authorities, Food and Drug Standards Authority, EPA, all of them, they are also increasing. And all this goes a long way to better the consumer more. And we are very passionate about it, not because of our businesses, but we are passionate about it because of for us to provide hope for the youth in the future. Clearly, I can say that there is no hope for the youth in the future. And this cannot be just assigned to the current government. But over the years, the Ghanaian government has visited IMF 17 times. So as right now we are talking about IMF, this has helped, and we are picking up gains in the economy. It has happened. IMF has never helped any economy to develop. Else, most African countries would have been very developed. So IMF is not our hope. Okay. We must look at how we can encourage our Ghanaian citizens to pay taxes willingly, to pay taxes happily. And we must also show that the tax is being used judiciously, used very well, so that the citizens can be happy. If you have reports where you have people having money under their beds, it doesn't augur well for Ghanaian citizens to be happy to go and pay taxes, because I will not pay my tax for you to go and put it under your bed.
Great.
Now there's a complete disconnect. And I'm still finding one. I really would like some economists to explain to me, because as they say that inflation is at around 38 or almost 40%, it is beginning to come down. Our basic economics says that inflation is more money chasing fewer goods. Yet the common term in the list of every Ghanaian on the street is that there's no money in the system. Things are hard, there's no money in the system. Now if things are hard and there's no money in the system, who are the keepers of the money? What money is chasing the fewer goods? What money is excess in the economy that the Bank of Ghana is trying to mop up in order to reduce the inflation? There is a complete disconnect, and we have to come together as citizens of the nation to see together what we can do for our country. I don't need a job. Dr. Bin doesn't need a job. You don't need it. But the youth, those who are being graduated from the universities, what is their hope for the country in the future?
Please hold on. Hold on, John Awini. Yes, hold on.
Can I just make this point?
Go ahead.
We blame the whites and say that slavery. They came and then took captives of African nations and then enslaved us. Today, when you bring a ship and put at the port, the next day you may not find any youth in this country. That must be a major worry to us, and that must be a major worry to our leaders and to all of us. We are under siege by the mass of youth unemployment that is around us, and that must be a major concern. And that's the reason why we are coming to talk. We are not talking about they should reduce taxes so that businesses can make more profit. We are talking about they should reduce taxes so that private sector can thrive well, and they must also cut down their expenditure. Have value for the money that they raise from the taxes, value for the expenses that they make. And so that this country can develop well and we can provide employment for the youth.
Yes, let me bring in Dr. Joseph Obing in here at this point. Let me bring Joseph Obing in at this point. Thank you. Please hold on, Mr. John Awuni. So, Joseph Obing, let's look at it also. John Awuni has made some points. I believe you agree with a lot of the things he said. What would you add by way of what you want done going forward?
Yeah, we have to do the right things. We do not, matters we need, we acknowledge the fact that we are in economic crisis, sort of, and even gone for the IMF. The pressure on business in terms of excessive tax payment does not help the growth and productivity of businesses. It's as simple as that. And that we need productivity to go up. When it happens like that, then it can also consume a lot of, it can also employ a lot of labor, because productivity have gone up, like Mr. Winnie was saying. So when we are making economic policies, we have to put all things on the scale and weigh everything, the effects, the pros and cons, and all that. If you are not doing that, and we say that we need revenue and that we just have to increase and increase without thinking about its effects on productivity, whilst we want to industrialize, we are unable to industrialize because our produce are more expensive than our neighboring countries. Then what have we succeeded in achieving? That we have to make sure that the distribution sector also thrives, because industrialization can never thrive without a vibrant distributing center. Okay. That's why sometimes I have problems when people attack the traders and the importers as being the woes of the nation. No, every country depends on trade, and it's trade that makes the country grow. So it's very important that we look, whilst we are thinking about import substitution and all that, we have to make policies that will ensure that we are able to be self-sufficient, especially in the areas that we have comparative advantage. Not all areas we can produce, but the areas that we have comparative advantage, we dwell on those areas, create the necessary environment for them to grow, so that we become self-sufficient. Then we can also think about the import substitution. For now, we have to do them side by side, by not necessarily imposing unnecessary duties and then levies and charges to stifle the growth of businesses. Okay. And that we should also know that we are in competition in the sub-region. You see, the continental free trade area, we are really behind because of the cost of doing business. We are unable to send our goods to other neighboring countries. Because of what? Because our prices are not competitive. We are buying goods from Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, and Nigeria, and even neighboring Togo, whilst the same is not being said when it comes to Ghana, okay, where the modern edifice of a secretariat is situated here. What are we doing to ourselves? So we need to bring cost of doing business down by reducing the various taxes that have been imposed on us. Definitely we have to do that to give respite to the consuming public as well. John was saying goods, matters we are traders, we are also consumers of other products. If I sell baby diapers, I also have to buy hardware to do my something. Last time I was going to buy pharmaceutical products and medicine, and then the price that was called, and I was thinking, if the person is on retirement, if the person is on cost, it was about 2,000, and so most people's salaries is below 2,000. So if you are to buy medicine for 2,000, where are you going to be able to combat your sickness? Okay. And so it is not good for all of us. And so, like Awuni said, we are talking not only as traders or importers, but also talking as citizens of this country. So we have to do the right thing, bring down the taxes down, especially if you look at the cascading effect of the VAT. We have to work around that. We have to make sure that we simplify the VAT, make it more affordable, because the cascading effect of the VAT is causing a lot of problems. Until 2021, we were paying flat rate of 3%, and even that government was exceeding its revenue targets. And now we have to contend with about 22% being the standard rate.
Please hold on. Please hold on for me. Kindly hold on. Let me bring in Edward Nyamike Jr. Before I get back to you, Joseph Obing. Dr. Nyamike Jr., so let me get your views on going forward, what you want done. What are the taxes you want removed? What are the levies you want reduced?
Right. Winston, I think a lot has been said in that direction, except to add that, you see, let me give this scenario. Just this past Saturday, my year group, we were planning for a report coming next year, 40 years after leaving St. Augustine. We decided to raise some funds. We agreed on 500,000. And to raise it, what we did was just to divide it by the number of hostings on our platform, which is 100. So we levied everybody 5,000. As to whether they can pay or not, we just levied everybody 5,000. And I get the impression that that is the approach government is using in taxation. We need money. We need money to build roads. We need money to build hospitals. We need money. This is the amount we need. So let's tax citizens. My big question is, what economic models are we using to arrive at the taxes that we are imposing on citizens? Because if you are using the right model, which right economic model, which looks at the big picture, as I mentioned earlier on, I don't think that will be trying as we are doing now, because then we will all appreciate the situation, and of course it will also link to the use of the taxes, as we have mentioned. Because the hotel industry, for instance, we tried a lot on good roads. So we cannot say that we will not contribute tax for construction of roads. But when we continue to pay taxes and our roads continue to be in very bad state, roads to tourism attraction sites continue to be in bad state, we still have issues with some of the health services and all that. Then the question continues to come back, what are our taxes used for? So I think that the main challenge is the economic model that governments are using to arrive at these taxes. And back to this issue of the taxes. It is it's a serious issue. Because when we even go down on our input, we use a number of things. Talk about bedding, in the form of mattresses, bedsheets, bedspreads, toiletries, soap, towels, detergents, floor detergents, even mosquito trees, electronics, cutlery, food and beverage. All these items have gone up. So our operational costs have still gone very high. Okay, so when you continue to increase taxes, introduce new taxes, and you don't look at how the taxpayers are able to pay these taxes, then you make a big challenge. And I would not be surprised at the rate at which people are also evading tax or avoiding tax, whichever one is more appropriate. Okay, because businesses will have to survive. And a lot of the hotels have been shut down. Some hotels have been shut down because they were able to cope with all these taxes.
Okay.
So let's come to the drawing table again. Look at the economic models we are using. And then look at also increasing the tax rate. That's one, right from secondary school, we started learning about all this economics. Let's increase the tax rate so that the burden will not be too huge on the few. The hotels, for instance, it's very easy to identify and locate them. So we are always under the knife of the GRA demanding all the taxes.
Okay.
Are they looking at how it's impacting our business? So let's look at the two sides. yes, government needs money, that's fine. But how are those taxes impacting on the businesses for the survival of businesses, which in turn will pay the taxes for the development of the country?
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Rera Kanyamike Jr., President, Hoteliers Association of Ghana. Thank you, Joseph Obing, who's President, Ghana Union of Traders Association. And thank you, John Awuni, President, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. And what they've been saying is that today the taxes that they pay, or the taxes that are charged on the goods that they sell to us, it's actually making it very difficult for them to survive as businesses. They're speaking as citizens because they also consume products. And for them, the most important thing is this. If they were to transfer everything to us, we may not be able to pay. And so they would want government to consider a review downwards of these taxes. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these.
College to the 8th Robert Thompson Ollins Poby Lectures on the theme is Today's Education Relevant? A New Look at Adesido. Speaker Honorable Kojo Yanka, Santa 64, Founder African University College of Communications. Chairman Professor Harold S. Amonukofi, Santa 64, Founding Dean, University of Cape Coast School of Medical Sciences. Date Thursday 26th October 2023. Time 6 p.m. Accra Ring Church Auditorium, Ring Church, Accra.
Who runs the city? It's back, it's bigger, it's better. The first National Bank Accra Marathon from Nubwa to Dansoman. Get your running shoes ready and join the race of a lifetime. Saturday, 11 November 2023. Let's run the 42.2 kilometer full marathon or the 10 kilometer junior and corporate fun runs to determine who runs the city. It's the first National Bank Accra Marathon. Who will triumph? To register, dial *365*807# and follow the prompts, or call 0505-525-535. You can also visit accramarathon.com or any First National Bank branch to register. The First National Bank Accra Marathon is organized by Danceman Keep It Club and brought to you by First National Bank, supported by Belacqua, Yango, Pollard Insurance, Media Partners, Multimedia Group, and Graphic Communications Group.
Ebrason, say ye ma yen lorry akwan so ho ban bo hia yen yie pa. Said ye be ya ahyenkafo a wo de ahyen tumirika hunu ne wone a sekane so kokokora no atwa fa so. Ne dodro na wo bu lorry akwan so mra so. Enkonkotwi mfa ya wofo ne ye mofra so. Enkopra won anam enkokum won. Na yen nyina atena nkomu a akwanhye bie ni ho. Webra a police for de we hinta hunani no ehwe bibia. Ye da traffic tech GH a ye fidie fofra etwa mfoni efri Ghana police edumakuo no ho edi. Enam mfoni efidie betwa so ebema police fo ehunu won ya wo bu lorry akwan so mra so. Ne wama won so twin siketua ho tikete. She lorry akwan so yi. #PL. Enam Ghana police edumakuo ene National Road Safety Authority for nsa wo so. Ene ye de sa de wo boy tuja.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Saying that, so we know that taxation is also for wealth redistribution. But the critical question is this: so we've been taking
taxation.
Come again.
Progressive
taxation. Well, that means we probably may not be engaging in progressive taxation, but maybe we are. So we've been taxing rice and other things for a very long time. In all the times that we've taxed these products, how well have we channeled the taxes into the development of our sectors locally?
Yeah.
And so it no longer becomes a situation of we're taxing, we can't buy, and then it's leading to increased inflation because people will pass it on and we are complaining. How well have we ensured that going forward, we're able to even use funds from these taxes to develop Ghanaian alternatives, to put them in a position where they are able to pay income tax to the state so that we don't rely so much on indirect taxes?
I mean, it's a very legitimate question to ask. Theoretically, when you are taking money from a group of people, the presumption is that you use it for their collective good.
Yeah.
That presumption comes within its fold. Also businesses, because when you create the environment for them to thrive, you can tax them more. But even by our tax policy and direction, we basically send a signal that we have not developed our businesses in a way that they are more productive. So that's not how we want to tax them. But you look at it from the very thinking that we have. When you ask the government officials today, what's our general framework for tax policy? Which one will they refer to? Is it the strategic plan of the GRA? Is it the Ghana National Revenue Policy? Is it the PCPEG, which is the Post-COVID Economic Recovery Program? Is that what they will refer to? Is it the medium-term revenue strategy? So the question consistently is being asked, because without knowing the direction you want to take this country, you may not know what you want to do with the tax money in ways that it makes it meaningful for it to generate a lot more productivity so I can tax it and get the money. So you are not strangulating the people already paying tax and suffocating them with a lot more taxes so that they are suffering more. I hope you get my point.
Yeah.
So at the core of our conversation is the need to find out from the people in charge, what is grounding? What is the foundation of your tax policy? Which direction are you taking this country when it comes to tax policy? Is it just a need to move it from some debt to the tax to GDP to 20% within the short medium term? Is that all that your vision is supposed to be about? When you listed your 113 thematic areas you are going to review or reform in your medium-term revenue strategy, all of that, what goal is it aiming to achieve? What source of engagement is it requiring of the people of this country? So we know that when we take taxes for the next 10 years, it is to help us build this industry. This industry will also grow big so that we can tax this element of it so that we can use it to build this other industry so that we know that we are heading in the right direction. There is, and I've heard Bishop Akogo say before, there is a certain Ghanaian indirect signal they send to government that we are not sure how you are running your tax policy. We are not sure what you are doing with tax money. So government wakes up one day and yes, a lot of people are engaging in betting. So I want to tax betting. Tomorrow, government hears that Western and Co have become very rich from what they call it, MC and mod racing. He says, I want to tax it. Exactly what is your direction on these matters? What is your plan collectively on electronic, what they call transfers? What is your plan in the next 10, 20 years for taxation policy in the Republic of Ghana? Who is working on that? Is that tax policy unit at the finance ministry still working? Or it is when Oferata and Co wake up one day and they feel that this area is good and ought to be taxed, then they pursue that direction. That's what we need to get to know as a people, so that we know where we fit in. So that we know that when you wake up and say ESLA should have sunset clauses, now the sunset clauses have been removed, they have become permanent clauses. I hope you get my point.
I get you. You see, and that's where the problem is. Kofi Asare, who is the executive director of the Africa Education Watch, says under an IMF program, every government has the choice of either reducing expenditure or increasing taxes to balance their books.
Yeah.
We have chosen to increase taxes and maintain the running of a very expensive and ostentatious governance system. And so that's where we are today. And earlier, Kwame Sow Jr. also sent a message. He says, all items that on Raymond's list are imported with the exception of cement. Shouldn't we take advantage of the difficulties and intentionally make these things locally?
It is grounded on policy.
Exactly. I'm coming. And spaghetti is on his list. It can be made from cassava and corn, which we have in good quantity. Why can't the Food Research Institute lead the way in these areas and invite others to invest? Ghana is among the top 10 producers of cassava globally. Cassava can be used for many different products, but we have limited it to only making fufu, kokonte, and gari. Very limited value chain for a product that we are globally very competitive. And this is the problem. So if you tax spaghetti, okay, you've taxed spaghetti over a long period of time. How are you ensuring that earnings from spaghetti and these taxes are used in ensuring that we are able to produce locally? Okay? So that when we produce locally, we would consume a spot, and once we consume, that person who's selling makes income of which he pays taxes directly to you. He will pay you income tax. Eventually, if you make that person competitive, that person is actually going to export it to other countries. And once he exports his global source of income, taxable by you, the government of Ghana. This is how you do it. Angela Merkel did not walk to Ghana because she loved Ghana so much.
Yeah.
She came to Ghana when the world was going green and realized that a lot of people are resorting to, green vehicles, electric vehicles and everything. Many of the businesses in there, vehicle manufacturing firms in there, began moving to Africa. So they come into Africa. She leads a delegation into this country to look for business opportunities for German businesses. what prevents us from beginning to realize? And I mean, throughout the period starting from COVID-19, lots of countries reduced taxes on staples.
Yeah.
So rice and other staple foods that we import in this country, we could have done that. Anyway, look, we'll come back to that. We are not done yet. But for huge discounts and free gifts, visit Electroland showrooms and authorized dealer shops for all your needs in household, electrical and electronic goods. Wherever you live, there's an Electroland showroom or a dealer's shop close to you. Just look for a Samsung, Media, TCL, and NASCO sign, and you're assured that your search is over. For further information, call 0503-159-739 or visit electrolandgh.com. Electroland, home of luxury and affordable electronics.
Now, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited's back-to-school promotion is here with us again. From now to October 31st, 2023, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is giving a generous 10 to 15% discount on all school items like textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and much more across all branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Parents, teachers, and students, please hurry while stocks last. For more information, call us on 0302 764 101. or 0302-764-209, or send us an email info@kingdomgh.com. You can also visit our website kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured.
And the Global Executive Committee of Adisado Old Boys Association respectfully invites all Santa Clausians, this is Santa Clausians, ancient and modern, and friends of Adisado College to the 8th Robert Thompson Orleans and Poby Lectures. Theme is Today's Education Relevant. A new look at Adisado, and the speaker is Honorable Kojo Yanka, Santa 64. Founder, African University College of Communications. Chairman, Professor Harold S. Amonu Kofi. Santa 64. Founding Dean, University of Cape Coast School of Medical Sciences. Date, Thursday, 26th of October 2023. Time, 6 p.m. Venue, Accra Red Church Auditorium. Red Church in Accra.
Now, the eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with a bang. Choose your favorite numbers from 1 to 36 and stick and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by sticking from 1 cedi to 350 and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick One game by Game Park. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download Game Park app on gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 midday, and also 6 p.m. every single day. Game Park, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. It is not for persons under 18. So you need to play responsibly.
Okay, play responsibly. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
This October, 3 new shows for the whole family to enjoy every weeknight. Hear how Judge Ampao arbitrates outrageous cases in court on Family Bench.
I will deal with you. My lord, have you seen God before?
Premiering on 2nd October at 8:30 p.m. And from 6th October at 8:30 p.m., Accra Stay by Plan delivers endless laughter delivered by unforgettable characters.
Why a very huge situation?
That is why the Bible says in Isaiah chapter 57 verse 1.
Who are you preaching to?
I'm rehearsing for Daddy Joseph. So far was said cow.
And a good dose of emotional drama with Bringer from 16th October at 7:30 p.m.
Ma Rachel the number hospital as you see ama. Or one makorana.
What's the name?
Real and relatable stories only on Aquaba Magic.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Raymond, what are they saying?
So I sure should be able to give you the latest one, but there's this very interesting conversation about what you should do with the taxes going forward. That we should come to. But Saba Advocate says, after all these heavy taxes, what are they used for? If our living conditions were to be good, nobody will complain. And at Kinsey, I will always say this: for a country that produces close to nothing, our government is pure evil for all the import taxes they slap on imports. It's insane. They are literally just doing the bare minimum to generate revenue, destroying our economy. And Nana Junior says this is just an example. Take it this way: you buy a peck biscuit, the company doing the biscuits is taxed, the biscuit is taxed, you buy a box with momo and it's taxed too. Your money received as salary is also taxed. Multiple taxation, which is ridiculous anyway. At Jerome Ocho says big lofty taxes crippling businesses and impoverishing lives. The other pain is you don't even see the impact of the hefty taxes on development. At Ediqueno says the burden of taxation on the Ghanaian is too high and unsustainable. Businesses are struggling and many are folding. I will challenge anyone to make sense of receipt following a visit to a restaurant. Yeah, that's true. We are saddled with punitive taxes by this government. And Akambodi 16 says it is true that the taxes are serious. However, some of these taxes are to protect local manufacturers and create jobs locally. Have they done so? Have they created the jobs? I think government should reduce taxes on manufacturing inputs rather, to help reduce the cost of production. Do you want me to read more?
Yes,
that's okay.
yes, you can go ahead.
I think that that's largely some of the messages that you've been seeing on our ends now. There are also those who are talking about what we should be using our taxes for. People say that we should redirect them to the productive sectors of our economy. We should show proof of proper and prudent expenditure of our taxes. That sounds like a very interesting conversation. There's this question I raised, and I think we should stress that point heavily. We need, beyond the very things we are told in our medium-term revenue strategy, beyond the very things we are told in our PC, the post-COVID economic recovery program, beyond the very things we are told in our Ghana National Revenue Policy, beyond all the things that government aspires to do, we need to be told exactly where the money is going, but more importantly, where are we going with our tax policy? What do we expect of the amount of monies that we generate and where it should be put into? What are the tangible things that we can do to produce more? Because it's pretty obvious we are going in circles when it comes to tax policy in Ghana, and they say they are being suffocated. Is government aware of the suffocation here? Because when I see our medium-term revenue strategy, I get the impression that we are going into the future with a plan to make sure we rationalize the space. Exactly what would that mean? How rational would it be? How sensible would our tax policy structure be like so that people can find meaning and sense in payment of these taxes?
Well, Raymond, the conversation has just begun.
Yeah.
And we'll continue with it. So this is the Super Morning Show. It's just 3 minutes to 10. It means our time is up. On behalf of the team, thank you very much for joining us. My name is Winston Amwa.
I'm Raymond Akwa.
Please make sure you join us same time tomorrow morning for a very exciting conversation. You know what? You can't miss that conversation.